Hi, welcome everybody. Back to another exciting episode of Auburn Skyline. Last time we left off, well, before we get into what happened last time, let's go around and introduce ourselves. We're going to start off with, we'll start with Julian this week.
Oh my gosh. Hi.
I know it's been a while.
It's been a while since I could. No, we're not doing that. Hi, I'm Julian, one half of Jacqueline Hare. And tonight I will be playing Kitty, who is our net runner. Very emotionally and socially detached, but she still does nice things for people, like helping poor Gas. But I'll let Shane talk about what happened to Gas.
All right. We're going to jump across to Jesse.
Hello, my name is Jesse, and I'm playing Kit, who is the solo, aka, your hired mercenary, your muscle, if you will. Yeah, I didn't help with the gas situation, but I'm sure Shane will talk about that too.
Speaking of, Shane.
Hi, I'm Shane. I'm playing Gas, who is currently in a state. They still haven't really. It hasn't sunk in what's happened. But they've lost their mechanical arm, which had pretty much all of the money that they've made since the start of their career, pretty much invested into, and now it's been replaced with a medical grade cybernetic enhancement with nothing in it, and they're having to start back from square one, is what it is. But at least I still have the arm, so we can figure out if we can do something with it.
Yes.
But I just can't put it on me anymore because it's broken.
You can still dual wield.
You can still
It's
do
true.
it.
It's true.
You're not
doesn't aim for me.
Yeah, it's not a complete loss.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
lock on.
I don't have aimbot anymore. What the hell?
That's what happened. Cyberpunk realized you were hacking, so then they hacked you and got rid of your arm.
Heard
Honestly,
you're doing
it's what I
aimbots. You gotta make a new account. You've been playing.
Banned.
Last, but certainly not least, our special guest for this evening and great friend over here at Guild of the Phoenix, Caleb.
Hello there. My name is Caleb Wade of Grindelman Representing Guild of the Phoenix. I am playing Bari, who you'll find out soon enough what he's up to.
Ooh, always playing the mysterious character.
It's easy to be a mystery when you just don't say anything.
Last time we left off, we had a rather interesting introduction. We had a moment of fun clarity with the, or not fun clarity, but moment of the dropping into the slice of life of, apartment, Unit 312 in Mega Building 8. As the four individuals who live there, or call it home in some fashion, set out for the evening to work for, do a quick gig for our good friend Rodeo, a local fixer who makes and runs a lot of night markets throughout the, I believe the Europe, not Europe.
Night City.
Yeah, Night City, but like specifically the district that we agreed that you guys lived in last time that I'm blanking on because I don't have a map up.
Oh,
Right.
I do remember. Oh, damn.
You're right?
Damn.
I was just like, it was on the tip of my tongue. I was like,
I thought we
no.
were in. It's not Midtown. What's the other
No.
one?
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
know we live in Mega
We're-
Building.
Well, because it's like there was the doctor's place. And
Where
we
the
lived, like
fuck is
right
the map?
adjacent to them, right? Like
Where
in
the
the next district over.
Where the fuck
It's
is
like
the map?
three. It's very far down. Point is, doing a quick gig for them, going down to the docks, bringing back stuff for Rodeo. On the way back, a booster gang decided to try to get the armory that you guys have put in the back of a truck.
We're in the University District.
Okay. University District?
Yes.
Okay.
No, Little Europe. That's it.
Okay, Little Europe. Okay.
Yeah, we are in
That sounds
Little Europe.
familiar.
Okay.
We're in Little Europe.
Got
I
it.
remember because there were comments made about how much my character sticks out like a sore thumb here.
Yes.
And something about Olive Gardens.
Yeah.
That's where it came from anyway.
Yeah.
As you guys successfully fought off the booster gangs, but not without some hits of your own. Gas losing an arm and getting her ribs blown out. to some degree. I think set a really fun tone for this game personally, but that's me sitting across the proverbial DM screen, just chuckling in sinister expectation. As showcased. No.
Like the record scratch of just having this dumb slice of life thing happen in the beginning and then end with we're in the fucking Ripper Dock location with a de-armed and broken ribbed Gas is just very night and day.
My name's Gas. You may be wondering how I got into the situation.
Pretty much. It was very much like that.
And then with ending with Ponyboy Curtis giving his business card to every single NPC we encountered, being like, "Hey, we should get dinner sometime." That was great.
I think another funny part was just Ponyboy Curtis going, "Our rent," as Gas was just bleeding in the car.
You got the arm, right? I mean, cause rent.
Because we could sell that. We could fix it.
Question: is the canonical reason why Ponyboy Curtis is not with us today because he's at dinner with somebody?
I was gonna say that actually.
Sure, why not?
Yes.
And because I was gonna set the scene. You all recall last evening, afternoon into the evening, Rodeo asked you guys to swing by the night market once it got set up because he wanted some people that he wanted you to meet, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, something along those lines. Like, yeah, sorry about this one job turning out to be shitty.
Yeah.
You want another one?
Mhm.
We're like,
Sure.
yes.
We
But
like
this
money.
This one will tell you it's shitty, so it's okay.
With apprehension, but yes.
Sorry, sending a quick message to someone. But as the evening and afternoon kind of rolls around, again, the morning spent. Well, how is the morning spent for the three individuals? Ponyboy got up early, surprisingly, and is currently making rounds with various individuals that he handed out business cards through the previous day.
Rather sure that he will be busy for the rest of the day. I guess, I think the morning would probably be just sort of like dealing with like the sort of like it's the self-care kind of montage, if you will, maybe. It's like Kit just doing laps around the block.
Again and again. I will say that the previous night, I think, as opposed to Gas sleeping in her car, I think Kitty probably would have just shoved Gas to sleep on the bed that she has because she has one of the two bedrooms. So she probably would have just been like, "You sleep." And then she probably just would have gone into ARG Netland, I think, probably until this very moment, because that's how she does her own self-care.
Yes.
So she probably sat on the corner of the couch or behind the couch, which was just recently cleaned. So that's a perk.
I will say that Gas is probably going to spend the majority of their morning just practicing driving with the new arm,
Mhm.
and making sure that everything works okay.
It's
And using that time in the car to like clear their head a bit.
You definitely can do that. It's pretty easy. Light traffic in the morning. Your rush hour comes and goes. It's simple enough. As you're driving, actually,
Oh gosh.
I have a thing. I'm gonna
Do a drive check.
No.
Friends in A minor plays in the background ominously.
I have a thing. I'm gonna. Let's see. Let me make sure I got this right.
I don't know if you're still in the group in the Red Discord chat, Caleb, but I found a minor key version of the Friends theme and a heavy metal version of the Friends theme, and I said, "There you go. There's our themes. One for sad hours and one for regular
And
hours."
Fen was like, "But copyright strikes."
I mean, yeah. So let's see. Okay. Boop. Okay. That should be fixed for Kimmy, and then this is I'm gonna try to figure out a way to play it for stream, but this way you guys can also listen without having to
Listen to the stream.
Yeah, without having to listen to the stream. Hold please.
God, I love this background, fan. This cool background.
Yeah.
It is.
And it's very like entrancing.
You hear it over, I think probably in an elevator as you are heading back up from your drive. And I will play it here for everybody on the stream.
Oh, okay. It's on our Discord.
Yes. Cool. Hold on, I gotta sort some things because I have too many tabs open. Actually, I don't have too many tabs open. I might have too many tabs open, actually.
No worries. You got this. I believe in you.
All right, there we go. Turn this up a little bit. Hit play.
Thanks, Elena. I
Oh.
can't wait to get out in the sun over the weekend. And now for tonight's news.
Like
A
on the
tragedy
radio?
struck yesterday
Yes.
as a car accident at the docks left 5 dead. Among the deceased were known Biotechnica exec David Robinson, age 44, his daughter Holly, aged 18, and 3 known members of the Booster Gang. No suspects have been identified by the police, though they
It's
are
missing
still
like
looking into it.
that news
Our
reporter
source
like
believes it to be
stinger
related to
beginning.
a
Yeah,
violent
it
confrontation
is.
between the two gangs, with the Robinsons sadly being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Our hearts go out to the Robinson family as they start to grieve through this trying time. We'll know more as the story develops. Up next is traffic. What are we looking at for tonight, Tad?
And as you hear that, as it plays, and I'm gonna say it's actually on a like one of the many like TV / hollow things that are on the elevators going up the mega building as you're going back to your back to the apartment, the unit 312 for you guys. So,
Cool.
And if memory serves me correctly, there were 4 people that we fought, right?
yes,
And only two of them died, and 2 of them got away.
potentially yes.
Well, you got to think. So we had a crash. So we crashed in
Yes.
the box truck.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kitty forced a car to go backwards
And then forward into oncoming traffic.
and forward into oncoming traffic.
Oh. Yeah,
So-
you're right.
So we killed 2 of the booster gangers by just shooting them dead. But there were 2 in the car that ended up going forward over the median
Mhm.
onto the opposite flow of traffic while we GTFO'd, if you will.
Dude, I completely forgot about that part.
Well, to be
I
fair,
hacked a car.
to be fair, you were bleeding out because you lost an arm.
That's fair.
So, like, it's understandable that you might have forgotten that was how we left the battle scene because you were thinking, oh my God, I just lost an arm.
True.
So, just putting that out there.
Did everybody hear that, or only me? Am I gonna have to convey that information?
Unless either
Well, I was going to say that since Kit is doing laps around the block,
Mhm.
the mega building block, there's
Yeah.
probably outside vendors, and there's probably some TVs that are
Yeah.
going on and playing it. Kitty has ad blocker, so she's not going to be hearing any noise anyway.
Yeah.
VPNs out the wazoo.
You're actually hearing news from like Russia right now.
Yeah, and like Guam at the same time.
Yeah. Using those to cross information to find out information about
No,
Japan.
you can't actually because the net doesn't exist. So yeah, you don't.
Yeah, you
I was
don't
gonna say you
No.
technically can't. There's no such thing
No.
as VPN in
No.
Cyberpunk because
Not
the
really.
net is
I am the
only.
VPN.
You are
Yeah.
actually. But your morning and afternoon goes pretty uneventfully outside of the news, the scream sheets leading out to news for the day in Little Europe. The evening begins to roll around. You guys get a message from Rodeo saying that the night market is up and is wondering if you guys are going to swing by.
We'll
You
probably-
immediately get a response back from Ponyboy saying, dang, can't make it. I agreed to dinner with somebody, so I'll swing by when I can, but don't wait up for me.
I half expect Ponyboy Curtis to say yes for the group. Like, yes, we'll be there. I won't, but we'll be there.
Can I preface that the moment that the message pops up in the ARG world, like Kitty just does this and it instantly swipes it away to delete it.
But I also feel like, yes, Ponyboy then responds to Rodeo, and in the group text between all four of you saying, yes, we'll be there. Well, I won't personally, but we will be there in general.
If not physically, then definitely in spirit.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like a pop-up.
Oh, God. I thought I turned off notifications. Don't you hate that though? Like when it just keeps popping up.
Yeah.
And you're like, God, did I mute this thing? No.
so then I think Gas would probably walk into the room where Kitty is doing the whole AR thing. It'll just open the door and like look at them, say that they're doing their own thing, obviously not paying attention to the message, and we'll turn around and go to look for Kit.
She's in cat coat town right now. So she's become the blob of coat again.
Just deeply sunken in that nice chair. It's the
On the
most
couch.
expensive thing in that room. Kit will probably be again in the kitchen, sort of. It's because he has kitchen duty apparently on the chore list, according to last session.
You're the only one that can cook, probably.
Maybe, who knows? Probably working on some sort of like post-workout protein shake, and sort of say, "What? Can't get up?"
I mean, I'm usually not one to interrupt when they're doing the whole cyberspace thingy, and it seems kind of weird. Like, and it's probably very jarring. So, I don't know. Be my guest if you want to get them up.
All you need to do is just gently shake her shoulder, and then aggressively increase the intensity until she wakes up.
All you gotta do is shake her shoulder, lean into her ear, and scream, "The net is dead! Everything is gone!" Blows up in 5. Press you.
She'll wake up.
That sounds very unpleasant.
I can
Okay.
hear you.
Comes out of the fucking speakers. Like,
Yeah. Literally, it comes out of the speakers that are probably set up around for the music.
well, night is still young. We're losing nightlight.
Where's dinner?
We can pick something up along the way. The night market's open. We can get some nice food.
You hear like a loud like screech as the disconnect happens. Clearly she didn't like that. Maybe she likes your cooking. And if you guys peer into the living room, I think everything's open concept if I remember
For the
correctly.
most part, yeah.
You just see the ball of fur coat.
I can't wait to draw like a chibi version of Kitty, and it's just this fluff ball with two legs sticking out.
Yeah.
Jellicle place.
Pretty much, yeah. And she just stands up, and then like the chrome legs appear out of the bottom of the coat. And she's ready to go.
Y'all heard the news report, right? About what we did last night?
I was gonna ask about that because I didn't remember so many people dying, but also I kind of blacked out halfway through.
Yeah, well, it was a bit of a messy escape, to say the least.
I love how Gas is like, I kind of bled halfway through, so
Let me tell you, the energy of this group is very good. The characters are very good together. Yeah, well, it was kind of a chaotic theatrical exit, if you will. Lots of explosions. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't look back.
I imagine like Kitty's looking very contemplative because she didn't hear the news. She was listening to other things.
That wasn't the important part. I just didn't catch the names. Not of the gangers because they didn't really name them, but the other two. I could have sworn I had some sort of corpo thing, but it was just white noise.
David something?
I just don't remember the corpo name, the corporation name. Not that it matters. I mean, people die every day.
You could make me a check. They have those in this game.
I know, but like, do we really care?
I don't know.
I'll do a check to see if
Do you really care?
I will.
I don't know the full name, so I can't.
What
really
role would this be? A perception check?
I would say for the sake of this.
Or a concentration? Do I remember?
Is there like a...
Just a montage of Kit running around the building. Well, I just heard.
I was listening to something else completely. to be frank with you.
Do they not have a
recall check? You mean?
Yeah.
It would have to be either somewhere in the awareness skills.
Yeah.
Or in because social skills are all just talky.
Yeah.
So I would have to say
there's no education.
Well, there is a business skill. So I would say maybe that to remember the name of the corporation. But as far as like just straight up thinking, I think a concentration check will work. I'll pull up the skills.
I would say I would actually say like local expert because it's near.
Ooh,
there's deduction too.
There's what?
There's deduction as well.
Yeah,
so
and the education ones. I would say either of those two, whichever one's higher, because it's kind of like recalling what you saw on the news, which news is pretty local in most instances.
I have a vague question for
19.
you. It says local expert, your home.
Yeah.
I don't technically live here, but does this count?
Yes, this counts. Yeah. For your home, this is your home. Mega Building 8 is your home.
Look, if we end up somehow going to like the moon or like going up into space, then it's no longer our home.
Yeah, if you go into the orbitals,
Moon's haunted.
Moon's haunted. It is. No, if you go into the orbitals, it's no longer your home.
There are several little colonies that are up in the just up there. They gained independence by throwing meteors down onto the earth. But yes, I do know the joke that you're referring to, Caleb.
I'm very concerned.
Okay, so sidebar, so sorry, but with the new Final Fantasy expansion, apparently people are going to go to the moon, and there's this old joke that I heard a while where it's just like someone goes to the moon and then comes back.
Gotta go to the moon.
Like,
Why are you back?
Grabs a shotgun. It's like moon's haunted. What? Moon's haunted. Go back to the moon.
I've seen that video. I thought you were being like serious lore talk time. I was very concerned.
It's entirely possible. You don't know. They don't describe that the moon's not haunted.
I thought that there was actually like a weird space station on the moon that was haunted in cyberpunk lore.
Moon's haunted.
Anyway, I got a 19 on the local expert roll.
I'm trying to find out where the DV values are for all the rolls.
Did we not pin it?
We might have. I was looking through the actual RPG book because I was like, I don't remember if we pinned it. I think we did. Difficult values, we pinned it. I would say I was gonna make it like an everyday. So
Bar is gearing up for a fight.
No,
Bar's ready.
I was just sort of like clicking through the tabs, like trying to familiarize myself with the character sheet, and accidentally clicked roll initiative.
Yeah.
I would say every day was all it was going to be. Was
13.
Yeah,
13
so you don't remember it off the top of your head, Gas, as you're kind of thinking about it. But Kit, you remember from the laps you were doing around the thing, and a couple times it popped up kind of on various news feeds. The corporation that the individual that was not a Booster Gang member that died was Biotechnica. It was a Biotechnica exec.
That's a bummer.
So
Biotechnica is one of the quote unquote good ones.
Quote unquote.
I mean, capitalism is a virus. So
yeah.
But you know, if I had to pick a fave.
talk about that.
If I had to,
If I had to pick a problematic fave.
if I had to stay on one, I'd probably pick Biotechnica. Yeah, no. I think it was like Biotechnica or something like that. But
Oh. Kitty instantly loses interest.
I mean, it happens sometimes. Accidents happen. That's what insurance is for. Not that we have it. Are we gonna go?
We're all dead on the inside anyway. And she just walks towards the door.
Very much alive, Kitty.
Ow. I broke my
Gas
chair.
is not going to move anything other than their head as Kitty walks by. We'll just be like,
Kitty, very much alive here. We're very much alive. Otherwise, we'd be listed in the casualties of that unfortunate accident.
The door clicks.
Yeah, I get it. It's fine.
I guess we should go. I guess I'll start heading towards the door.
You can drive us, right?
But my protein shake.
No, that thing is in a shitty plastic to-go cup that probably that's made of plastic carcinogens. All right.
Yeah, I should be able to handle driving. I just got back from driving, actually. Helps clear my head.
Maybe it cleared your head so much you couldn't remember what was going on in that radio. You got in the zone. Happens to the best of us. In fact, that's what makes you good at what you do.
That, or maybe all of the lost blood.
I don't know. You look pretty well put together. Slaps on arm, new arm.
Ow.
You look relatively well put together.
Thanks.
I mean, for that much money, you should be. And we'll go downstairs.
Yup.
You all head out across town to the warehouse where the night market has been set up. The lights now are more official looking. Looks like somebody's gotten power to the place. You kind of see a generator hiding off in one corner, puttering away off of Chew 2. And you see multiple stalls have been set up even outside this thing. It's kind of like surrounded by stalls. There's a couple obviously aisleways to go in. And there's all
It's like a convention.
Yeah, essentially, more or less. And there's all sorts of just people moving about. There's people calling out for various types of foods. Just everybody trying to vie for your attention here to sell their wares. You guys make your way through the crowds, trying to get an eye on Rodeo, who kind of said where he was roughly, but it took you a couple times to get to where he is because he's also moving. But in the hustle and bustle, you do make your way over to Rodeo, who kind of looks over at you guys and goes, "Hey, welcome. Glad you can make it."
Sitting at a schnitzel place. That's nice, I guess.
Gotta
We could
try
all.
some of the stuff that doesn't always come around here,
Yeah, I always wanted to try some wieners.
Innuendo.
Anyway, heard you guys were in the mood for another gig.
Well, okay, mood, hankering, different. No one's in the mood for another gig, technically.
I'm just trying to. Okay, fine. You want another gig?
Yes.
Okay.
We need one. She needs a better arm.
Right. Sorry about your arm. I know it's not really my fault, but I'm sorry the booster gangs shut that shit off. Y'all need another gig. I know a guy who is looking for a bit of work. It's nothing too dangerous, at least as far as they tell me. It's a multi-part gig, sourcing some materials, getting it to their guys who are gonna make it into something, and then move it from there. It's some more movement of stuff, but it should be a little more low-key.
Yeah, well, let's just hope for things that doesn't involve us coming out of the car.
Or lifting things up by themselves. She just kind of like glances at Cass.
After all, we need something that's easy.
This should be pretty easy from what it sounds like. You guys just gotta take one shipment that seems like it fits in the back of the car that you guys have been driving, at least past when you guys stopped by yesterday, if it's still got that ride. Should fit in the back of that. You take it over. They fabricate it to whatever they need to with their mumbo jumbo. And then you take it from there to whoever they're selling it to. And then you get paid. You get the euros, the eddies.
Exactly are they?
Yeah, who's the client?
The client. Now that's kind of a fun part.
Fun in what specific Webster's dictionary definition?
Fun because they're an individual that I think would be really cool to work with. Fun because it's probably not the most legal thing, but it also isn't illegal.
This is starting to sound familiar in all the wrong ways. Get to the point.
You're deflecting.
I am. I'm deflecting a little bit. The guy's name's Mudlegs.
I'm sorry,
Wow.
what?
Mudlegs. Weird name. Don't ask me the details. He's kind of Borgish, but he's okay. He's only lower half Borg. Anyway. Mudlegs runs an operation out of here in Little Europe, off by the docks. He's trying to get some circuit boards created here and make chips that people can use.
And he just needs somebody to play postman.
Essentially, yes. I have another offer, but this one might get your hands a little dirty.
Dirty how?
Dirty in, I think, the sense that you probably know the most about Kit. It might involve hurting people. Not in a bad way. They're not great people. They kind of deserve it. You know that booster gang that spun y'all out the other day, right?
It'd be
I
pretty
mean-
hard to forget.
Don't recognize the colors, but I do remember that. As if it was only yesterday.
Oh, shocker. That booster gang owes the same guy, Mudlegs, owes them some money. You can talk to them, see if they can pay up. If they can't, find some collateral. Most of them run some sort of cyberware. You can probably pull off arms, legs, you know.
Well, I guess there's nothing wrong with a little thrifting.
They pay a little more, from what Mudlegs at least saying.
Do you know where we're delivering these chips to? Or did Mudlegs keep a little mum about it?
Kept a little mum about it, but I think he kept it mum just because he likes to keep his where he operates a little more secure.
Can I speak to these two privately for a moment?
Of course. By all means, I'll just be over here enjoying some schnitzel.
So, this is gonna sound really weird coming from me. I think we should take both.
I thought that was the point.
I have to be honest, I have no objections to the idea. Besides, eye for an eye, right?
Well, that's not exactly my reasoning, but I don't really trust this guy's monitor on the lethality of missions anymore. But money is money, and if we're talking to the same dude for both of them anyway, you know.
It makes
save
less
cash.
trips. Yes.
Yeah, we'll save on chew.
I mean,
And maybe Pony Boy will be a little bit happy if we come out with some eddies out of this day. Maybe to offset the cost of whatever dinners he's having.
yeah. Speaking of which, we should probably grab dinner on the way.
I mean,
No.
okay, well, we'll find something else. To be fair, who knows what's in the schnitzel?
People.
Soylent Green.
I was literally just gonna say we can order some Soylent Green on the way.
Okay. You guys turn back to Ponyboy.
Not Pony Boy, Rodeo.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Rodeo.
There.
We got a lot of
Fixers.
rodeo adjacent
Yeah.
fixers.
Yep.
If every single fixer is just going to be a cowboy themed fixer, that'd be fine with me. I think that'd just be a weird thing that's happening in our world.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, the weird part of the weird part of Cyberpunk in Night City,
Oh
where
my-
all of the fixers are somehow Western themed.
Question: what if it's only all the fixers in Little Europe?
So
that does make it weirder.
Weirdly specific. Was that like a union decision, or I don't know. No, unions don't exist in this game either. So
No, they don't. They were outlawed. They were outlawed.
And I sent you a message. I just need a yes or no.
well, either way, we'll turn to Rodeo, and sort of say, give us the coordinates. We'll head to the docks. Figure out the rest from Mudlegs. And
Right.
find food elsewhere.
Well, Mudlegs happens to be here. Make it easy on y'all. Don't have to make another trip. He's gonna be in the other corner though. He's got a stall. He sells some armor and stuff. That's his big deal. Well, he also sells stuff for cars, but not really much use of it in the night market. So
Now, I know this is the most uncomfortable part of the conversation, but can we discuss payment on these before we head out?
I mean, we can talk about it with me, but I'm obviously going to tell you about the fact that I'm probably going to take a cut from it if we work it out through me. Ponyboy should have schooled you all up on that, but I know that the numbers are generally somewhere between 2 to 3 apiece. 2 to 3,000 eddies apiece for your booster job. Should be like 1 to 2, depending on how the chips turn out.
Hmm.
That'd be pretty useful. That covered rent.
As long as we don't lose anymore.
Huh?
As long as we don't lose anymore. She kind of like paps Gas's one arm.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think I could lose much more.
Let's just say we have no intention of
Famous
losing.
last words, dude.
Let's just say we have no intention of losing any limbs, please. Don't put that bad luck on us.
True.
It will happen eventually. It's doing the weird prophecy thing again.
I have no intention of losing my limbs. Now you made me do it. All right, we're gonna go.
Take care now, y'all.
Shh.
Thank you for the info, Rodeo.
Of course. And you all head off across the night market. Do you stop anywhere for food along the way?
Are there any places that actually catch our eye and look edible?
Make me a
They're
perception
all
check.
technically edible.
Yeah, so make me a perception
No, but
check.
I mean appetizing.
Make me a perception check.
Oof.
Oh,
Hey.
Kitty finds the food that she wants. I'm not looking. I'll be fine.
Okay.
We'll say that I was talking at Kitty the whole time we were walking.
I would say the entire ride walk over, you are currently talking Kitty's ear off, Gas, and you're unable to find anything because you're not really paying attention. Kitty, however, What are you looking for?
Kitty would like actual protein
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to these kind of pack meals that we've been getting that probably have God
Pre-packs.
the pre-pack meals.
So like a red meat, white meat, dark meat.
Just I guess meat in general. I don't think
Okay.
she's going to be too picky in that regard. It's just I don't think she wants like the conglomerate of who knows what in the schnitzel.
There's a local joint that sells all kinds of parts from an animal and will cook them for you, from various animals that are there. So
Oh boy.
you can you take your pick. I would say for sake of it, you get a pretty decent quality for the price here at the night market.
It's like while Gas is in the middle of saying who knows what, probably about cars.
Yeah.
She kind of points and goes, kebabs.
Is
How-
the name of the place like Bits on a Stick or something?
I think it's just bits because they also sell other things outside of just kebabs. It's just bits, but you get like there's all kinds of like meats and stuff there, and yes, there are kebabs. And...
Dude, where is our deli brand deal? Like
I could actually.
Hey.
I do know some people. I could.
No, we
Great.
don't want this to be a combo situation again.
See, but it wouldn't
The
be a combo
biological
situation because I like kind of actually know. Never mind. We'll talk about it.
We'll have to bring it up with Chip.
Yeah. We'll talk about Chip anyway.
All right, bits it is.
You guys
Bits
get
and
some
bobs.
kebabs from.
Oh,
Bits.
it's called it's Bits and Bobs because K-Bobs.
I bet you that exists somewhere. I'm gonna
I'm
look it up.
so sorry I have to go.
It's been really great being a guest star, but I really have to leave. And you guys finish making your way.
It's a Britishism for some reason. Interesting.
Oh yeah, because like Bob's is like knickknacks. They call it like
Mhm.
bits and bobs. And you guys see this individual who is kind of like there's a few people at this armor stall. There's a young-looking lady who is currently kind of talking to a certain customer who's kind of getting a little animated, but kind of just more overpricing than anything else. And then you see off in kind of like the corner, like against the wall of this night market, you see a individual who is about 6'4", 6'5". He's got this nice leather jacket on, and he's got like an undershirt on underneath that. Where his like hips should start, there are instead just these metal, just kind of sort of it's cyborg type wear that then go down into what look to be almost like treads, that are just caked in mud.
I'm just gonna nudge Kit and be like, I think that's Grime Toes or whatever.
And then you see that he is currently engaged in a conversation with an individual that looks much more put together, for lack of a better word.
But safely distanced because those caked legs are just not cute.
Yeah, safely distanced. Caleb, do you want to explain or
Tell us who
describe
Bari looks
Barry
like.
for us?
Oh boy, I forgot how tall Bari was.
Taller than 6'4".
No. You see this sort of like 5'9" Eastern European gentleman, long hair, just kind of tied back. Before I continue, what's the general vibe of this night market? Like,
The general vibe of this night market is it's very much like you took a convention, like the convention floor of like like where people have all these stalls and stuff, and it's all kinds of stalls though. It's not like any one specific theme. It's generally it has like a cement floor.
I know. That's all I'm thinking of.
It's like a cement floor because it's a warehouse, but it's got like people have put like rugs under their areas and stuff like that. So there's rugs. There's some decent lighting. Like the entire like all the overhead lights are on. Some are out though because it's not.
But like anybody could be here.
Anybody could be here. You know, if they knew it was here is kind of the big thing. Like there's nobody really watching the doors per se, but you know there's not. It's also not jam packed full of people because not everybody knows it's here.
So like a suit wouldn't be like too.
No. Yeah, it's not too out of the ordinary.
Because I would say like the night market is for the purpose of like purchasing things that are outside of like what the corporations sell and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's like it's underground, but like underground that like it wouldn't be unheard of to see suits because they may be trying to get something, you know, under the rug, or people who live like more costly lifestyles would be like, oh, it's so dark and edgy, let's go to the night markets, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
It's common enough that people are like, they know it exists and it has to exist for the sake of like the society.
Let's go to the night market.
Yeah. So, and they sell everything. So that's how I would describe it.
Yeah. So Bari is dressed in like this sort of navy, well, not navy, royal blue, like button-up shirt with various like astrological symbols on it. A black vest, no suit jacket. It's like no suit jacket. Some nice slacks and some sensible shoes. Fingerless gloves, hair tied back, and it like he stands very like calm and collected, even with this 6-foot motherfucking mud tread motherfucker, and like he has a serious air to him, and that's pretty much Bari.
And Bari, you opened up this conversation with Mudlegs for the purpose of getting some armor, if I remember correctly, but it also had something more to it, right?
Yes.
I think that's where we pick up in the middle of this conversation as the three of you approach. What else did you need?
Well, I wouldn't say anything much more than a simple question. Did you see the news today?
The scream sheets on the whole accident over on the high, like West 25th or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it.
Quite the tragedy, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you know, it happens. Booster gangs are always up to no good.
And the destruction they leave in their wake. Well, thank you for your business.
You looking after those booster gangs?
I'm looking into certain aspects of the story.
Well, so happens here I have a lead on them, I guess.
Is that so?
Well, the colors of those booster gangers, who I assume to be in the presence based on some information I know that isn't in the scream sheet. Would happen to be people that owe me a favor of sorts. And I'm sending a few people to go and collect.
Have room for one more.
Nothing wrong with another body.
Are you the people? Rodeo sent y'all?
Yes.
Kind of turns to address the three of you.
Nice to meet you. Mudlegs, I presume.
Pleasure's all mine. I assume you're one of Ponyboy's people, right?
Bari sort of like steps to the side so that the attention can be fully Mudleg's attention can be fully on the three, but it's still that sort of sidestep so that they're still in the he's still in the conversation but not focused on, you know,
opening up to kind of more of a circular type thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Technically, Ponyboy Curtis is part of our group. We're not Ponyboy Curtis's people.
Right. I apologize. My mistake. Then you know Ponyboy Curtis.
Ponyboy Curtis, yes.
Right. Yeah, he's super big about that. Ponyboy Curtis. All right. Yeah. Rodeo sent y'all for both? 1, 2 of the gigs?
Both.
Both?
We'd be interested in doing both for you.
Okay. Well, for one of them, you might have a extra friend here if y'all don't mind the hands.
Well, since we're down one, I wouldn't mind having another.
Pony Boy Curtis too busy to hang with his people?
Well, you know,
He's having many dinners with other people.
Oh, yeah. The whole fixer, keeping up appearances thing. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, if you met him, he'd probably arrange a dinner date with you too.
He's probably getting schnitzel.
Well, you have your bits and bobs.
Question for you, Ben.
Answer.
Is the insight check human perception?
Yes. Human perception is your insight into somebody's kind of a like physical, nonverbal communication type stuff, and
Cool.
things of that nature. Are you
Could
looking
I-
to human perceive somebody?
Yes, mud legs to see if there's anything I've missed.
By all means.
Okay, here I go. Woo.
Huh.
Nice, 14. I'll
Okay,
say
14.
it's an everyday
That's-
DV. He's not hiding a whole lot. You're looking for something that
There
you
isn't much to
missed.
hide yet.
Yeah, you're looking for something that you missed. You kind of are looking, I believe, more to do with what you're already asking about. There's not much that he hasn't told you. You get the kind of feeling that there's more to the whole situation than either the scream sheets or what he's told you, but he doesn't seem to. That's also his hunch as much as yours. He doesn't have any further actual leads. He just has the idea that that's not the full story. But he doesn't want to say it because he doesn't want to give out any misinformation.
Gotcha.
Gas, you immediately kind of recognize Mudlegs as probably a nomad, if anything.
Ooh, is he? Oh, his leather jacket probably has patches.
He does indeed.
Solidarity!
Any checks that I
Quick,
need to make to like
you
see if I
can-
can identify?
Let's see. I would say not local.
Ooh. Streetwise?
I would say streetwise would
Or
probably.
wardrobe and style. That's another one too.
I would say
But-
streetwise because it's less about what's on it and what those mean. That I think makes the most sense.
Find that.
Street smarts.
It's under social skills.
Yeah, it's under social skills.
Wardrobe and style. I'm pretty good at that.
Wardrobe and style, I'm gonna read it. It's knowing the clothes to wear and when to wear them. Whereas streetwise is making contacts, talking to
That's
criminal element, and avoiding bad situation. Yeah,
So
I guess.
you said streetwise, right?
Yeah, that'll
I would say that makes the
Yeah.
most sense in this situation.
for now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Ooh. You see the big patch
Wow.
on the back. Is one. Gosh, not to go find my nomad packs. I had them up the other day. There we go. You see it as one from a pack called.
Dance to the shushes.
You see a Alda Caldo's patch on one sleeve. And on the back itself, you see a Folk Nation a patch.
Would I have personally worked with either of them in the past?
It's hard pressed not to find somebody from the Alda Caldos in this day and age where you guys are at in the current timeline. They're pretty big across the like kind of the West. As kind of running people and guns and any sort of kind of merchandise.
Yeah, but I meant like a little bit more personally, because specifically the whole like guns thing, like that was part of what we did, you know.
Yeah. I'd have to give you names outside of this session immediately. I don't have any off the top of my head.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to give me exact names. I was just saying.
Yes,
in
I'd say
general, do we have history?
Yeah, you have a history with the Aldecados.
They're pretty famous.
Yeah.
Because the Aldecados basically helped rebuild Night City after the nuke.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's also like the kind of the first actual nomads, I guess, from the nomads.
So here's, I guess, an important thing I need to decide now whether that's something I bring up or if I purposefully try to hide the fact because of my clan's reputation of, you know, being dead.
Mm-hmm. That's a good thing. Good thing I need to also roll a thing.
Oh no. You're about to lose your other arm.
Okay. He will, as he kind of looks all of you over, kind of sees you guys and kind of goes, I haven't seen that badge before. You from around here, or?
Well, I would say I am now, but I wasn't for a while.
You
Why do
lead
you
your
ask?
clan, or?
I am my clan.
Oh, shit. I'm
Ooh,
sorry to
that's-
hear that.
Deep. Good words there.
It's always rough going alone.
Kitty awkwardly pats your other arm as you say that.
Well,
It is what it is.
here, you get a set of, a contact information from Mudlegs. If you're ever looking for a new clan to call home, I know some people.
Ooh.
Thank you. I'll look into
Yeah,
it.
yeah. All right, so for you, going after some booster gangs, right?
Well,
As we are.
yeah, well, considering that we may or may not have encountered them before recently, it'd be kind of like imperative to kind of, give back.
Nice to say.
I feel like Kitty will kind of turn towards Bari and she'll kind of look them over real quick. She likes the constellations. But she'll say, which job were you supposed to join, or are you going to join both?
Well, my night is free. Why not both?
Yeah. One of them might require multiple days of, work, but like I said, you're free to come along with us. Can't say no to help.
You do need the extra hands, apparently.
More guns.
I presume a corporal like you knows how to handle one?
You could say I know how to handle many things. I would like to, during that sort of like tete-a-tete,
Mm-hmm.
could I roll a human perception roll on Kit? Because
Sure.
He said that they had experienced some boosters recently.
I need a human perception roll from you, and I believe I need.
I guess what are you trying to perceive? Because I don't think Kid is the type to be deceptive. To be personally honest, I think Kid is a on the sleeve kind of person.
Just if I think it's more curiosity. Like it's more like, okay, is this the next person I need to talk to? You know? Like it's for whatever nefarious things that I'm doing.
Okay, I guess like I said, I don't think that Kid is a very deceptive person to begin with. I don't think Kid ever like tries to lie on purpose or anything like that. So he's very, because his personality is moody, rash, and headstrong, and his moral compass is always working for the good and trying to take out the bad guys. So I think for him, this booster gang did something wrong to our group, and Kid is looking to balance. Bring balance to the force, if you will. Just sort of like
Balance whatever scales help him sleep at night.
balance the scales because they did us wrong. They did us dirty, so we got to do them dirty back.
Fair enough.
And being edge runners, that's just kind of how it goes.
Arm for an arm.
Ribs and sword arm and ribs.
I'd say that at this point, though, Gas is a little bit checked out of the conversation, as they're just kind of like looking down at like their agent and like looking at that information, and like a little bit deep in thought.
So I don't think anything in his face says that he's lying about when they encountered the Booster Gang, but you know, context clues you can presume or assume, but nothing in his face probably
Gotcha.
is lying about it, or because he doesn't think that that's something that's important.
Heck yeah.
Is my personal feeling. So Kit will say, well, let's get the intel then and give us the brief.
All right, so Booster Gang that hit those people. They're a little ways into Little Europe, right about where it hits. The not fun zone.
The combat zone.
Yeah, the combat zone. So they should be right along there. They've been camping out, trying to take over a corner of Little Europe, and I think they've been a thorn in our district side long enough. So what I want you to do, you can do this however way you want it. They owe me some money. They owe me a favor. The money, I don't care how you get it, whether you get it from Straight Eddies or from whatever it is. Just make sure it's something hard that can't be tracked or intercepted en route. Through the virtual space, obviously. In favor, I need you to get them to do for me is one of leaving us alone and going back to the combat zone where they fucking belong.
You do know. I mean, to be fair, everybody would love for the Booster Gangs to stay where they belong. But on whose authority are we going to be able to push that?
On mine. My name's Mudlegs, and you may have not super known me because you guys don't really deal a whole lot in the nomad world. But I roll with Folk Nation. I roll with the Aldicados from time to time. If they want to push back, which I mean, if they start shooting it all up, I wouldn't say stay. They're pretty wild and crazy. But if they want to stay and they won't want to leave, just know that some people paying them a visit, that'll make it not any of our problems anymore.
Hey, Ben. I feel like during this conversation, Kitty's also checking out, but I'm imagining that she's using her rituality lenses to kind of look through the cyberspace. Is there a way that I can kind of do like a Google search on this guy to see if he is what he says he is, or if there's
depends. You could do it on your agent, which I've looked into a little bit more of the net running stuff. When you net run, you have to jack into something.
Right, but because I have the
oh yeah, that's right.
Because I have the virtuality, I don't need to jack in.
You don't need to.
I have the. Actually, no, I have the interface plugs that I don't have to jack in.
Yes, you don't have. Well, you don't have to full dive. You still have to jack in, so you use your goggles instead. That's how you do that. But you could simply also just use your agent to look up some stuff, and I would say make me a quick
Library search.
Yeah, library search.
Where is that? That doesn't.
I think that's what it's called.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. 16.
16.
I'm disappointed that you can't use the goggles to do the goggle search.
I know, right? I just want to do everything through the cyberspace.
Well, I was talking about for the pun.
Oh.
Search, goggle search.
I would say it's.
Goggle search.
I would say it's a difficult one, but you also still pass the DV.
Also, with your agent, you get a +2 to that roll, so in case you didn't put it down.
18, which I think unlocks more.
No, I do not have the +2 with the agent on there.
So I would say you are able to find out a decent amount of information on Mudlegs. You know that he had a pretty big run-in with some corpos a while ago, and him and some clan members basically went to town on some corpo like edge runners, I guess, but not really edge runners, like, you know, solos and stuff like that, and basically made a name for themselves in that route, and he has indeed worked with the Aldecaldos. There's various kind of some media out there that shows him with Aldecaldo members, and
so this guy seems like he is what he says he is. He's not all talk.
Yeah.
There's at least some substance to back up what he's claiming.
There's some reputation behind that name to say, like, well, Mudlegs says you need to fucking leave. And they can be like, fuck Mudlegs. And it's like, okay.
All right, fuck you.
All right, your funeral, bye.
Okay, based on the information that I find, would it behoove Kitty in her interest to perhaps ally with someone like this in terms of how they feel about certain corpos?
They would be somebody that would be helpful depending on what you want to do against those corpos.
Bad things.
Yeah, I know, but like, depending on what you want to do and what you
undermine or like blow them up.
Yeah.
Those are two deaths.
Yeah. Both are bad things, but it's how you do it.
How much anarchy does this guy enjoy?
It's a nomad. It's
then lots of anarchy. Yeah. So then yes.
Well,
yes,
but there's different kind of bad things.
It's a nomad with tank tread feet, and you're asking how much destruction will happen.
No, he's really just in it for like an Earl Grey and a quiet
to
night.
Be fair,
super chill.
To be fair, having somebody who's part of the Aldecados, one of the biggest nomad clans at this time, and having that contact would probably behoove
all of us.
All of us anyway.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay. That is cool. I just want to make sure that her motivations are there.
Yeah. Cool. But he kind of goes, so they're on that border between Little Europe and the combat zone. If they run out of the combat zone, leave them be. They'll get shot up within a week.
Fair enough. And how about the chip thing?
The raw boards, which is what you guys are picking up initially, those are back down at the docks. Kind of a little ways in though. They're in they put them off in a warehouse, like a couple blocks in. They're on a pallet, but it's like 2 shipments. They'll fit in the back of like a small car if you got them. They're not big things.
And you have authorization to get them, right?
Yes, of course.
Fantastic.
I'm not the type of, I have bigger things to do than make sure I have authorization for these things. If people know me, they'll know you're coming. So.
Fantastic. Just want to make sure, you know.
Yep.
Dotting the I's, crossing the T's.
A safe thing to do to keep your skin on.
Yes, because we all rather like our skin. No offense. I mean, I love the legs. They're very.
I mean, if I had the option of putting my legs back on the way I had them, I would love it. But to be fair, tank treads ain't a bad substitute when the push came to shove.
More traction.
Yeah, more traction. You can go all sorts of terrain and just be fine and dandy. Also, out of breath trying to run up a hill.
I prefer the metal legs.
I see you also prefer some chrome. Anyway.
She wiggles a clawfoot.
So anything I can do to further assist you, Monsieur Barry?
I believe I'm good, but thank you for the conversation, Mudlegs.
Of course. And if y'all ever need any armor, you know where to get it.
Yeah, I think we'll start moving our way kind of out of Mudlegs' general space.
Mm-hmm.
And Kit will kind of like give like a half gesture to Bari and say, well, I suppose since we're going to be working together, I think we need to all introduce ourselves. I'm Kit.
Sorry.
Kitty.
Gas.
Lovely to meet you all. Now, can we get on with it?
I like that. And she walks.
I'll follow.
Great job, guys. Break.
Everyone is gone except for Kid, who's sitting there like.
Kit's like, wait, what about my motivational speech?
We'll get to it. It'll happen. It'll happen eventually.
Wait till the car.
Speeches happen exclusively in the back seat of the Cyber Prius.
The Cyber Prius, I forgot it's a Prius.
Sorry, we were really funny hours at the beginning half of last episode, and so
No, were you?
Mm-hmm.
Gas has a Cyber Prius
Yeah, that's my car.
with.
Shotgun.
It's okay. Since Ponyboy Curtis is not here, you can take his place in Shotgun. He's claimed it for the whole month.
Oh God, yeah, he did do that.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, he did.
God, we're all 12.
You all pile in to the Cyber Prius and head off. You guys are going, I believe, first to handle some booster gangers.
Yeah, it'd probably be better to handle those guys first, because if they start shooting our back of our car or whatever, and we have the raw boars there,
Yeah,
it's just not gonna be
Yeah,
mucho bueno for anybody. So
it's true.
we don't want our tech getting jostled.
sensitive stuff, sensitive equipment.
As you all make your way over, I think that's where we're going to take a quick break. So, all right, we'll be back in roughly 5-ish minutes. So,
Hey, no problem.
bio, human, all that other good stuff. And we'll see you very soon.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah. Cyberpunk.
Cyberpeg?
Yeah, Cyberpeg.
Welcome back, everybody. Before
I
that,
wish you switched over. I wish you switched over before that. That would have been a funny stinger. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't tell if that was a Freudian slip or just a purposeful joke.
no, my lips were not working. My mouth hole was just struggling.
as one does from time to time. Before we went on break, we had a lovely night market and got to meet some people, see some exciting new faces,
Love the night market.
get another gig. So now we approach the location given to you by Mudlegs, our resident friend nomad. And what are y'all gonna do?
So, I guess my question is, we're going into this chunk of neighborhood that is like on the border of a combat zone and Little Europe,
Yes.
right? Combat zones are always kind of like a constant state of fighting
Yep.
and stuff like that. They're still residential, but they're in a constant state of fighting, correct?
Yeah,
And it's
there's-
just kind of bleeding in.
Yeah, but combat zones are always just kind of marked as not safe. Anything that can and will happen there is not governed by any sort of law enforcement. You will be fighting people, people will be fighting you. Never a safe place. Can you survive there? Probably, but you wouldn't stay there long if you're trying to look for a way out of this crazy place. A lot of people that end up there are booster gangs, there's a big one, but there's also individuals that just are, cyber psychosis, people who set in can find a home there of sorts.
It's generally a little bit more quote unquote affordable.
Yeah. It is quite
The price is your life.
Yeah. So,
I guess in this case, this booster gang, they're bleeding into it. So they probably have some sort of like front. They have a front that they're kind of pushing, and I guess that's where they would have their people at. So,
yes.
Long story short, I would just want to roll something along the lines of like a tactics skill to see what is the best option for us as far as like, do we park like a couple of blocks off and walk, you know, or like, is there like a certain area that we want to get into?
I would say
Kind of thing like that.
a tactics roll would make a lot of sense. I think that would make the most sense. Trying to figure out whether or not it would make.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
It's what I'm good at, so I'm
Then
gonna.
make that roll since you're good at it.
And that is.
Could I attempt one as well?
Yes, you certainly can.
Okay. Let me just find it. And...
Look, Kid is just really demoralized at the fact that he couldn't do his big speech outside of the car.
That's legit.
Kit, you spend the whole ride over. Just really
He's like cross-armed in the back seat, like furrowing his brows and doing a hard think because I think he's trying to remember where he heard this voice from
Oh, yeah.
and why maybe Bari sounds like it. The voice from the scream sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true, but
We didn't have budget for voice actors.
Chip didn't give us a budget for voice actors, so we're doing it pro bono.
Sorry.
oh.
Oh,
Then that's what
what
he is lost in the sauce of thinking about.
Just so we're clear, the reporter Roxanne Debris and Bari Saturna are not the same character.
Hey, I'm just saying, handles, different handles.
Yep.
You can go by different handles or different aliases. I was just like, is
Kid's brain is doing an entire like just lost
You're
in the
seeing
sauce.
equations appear in front of them.
So he's not helpful. That's why he's just thinking really hard.
Like, yes, you're getting close, and you're expecting Kit to start spewing off the tactical ideas, and then you just hear absolute silence for a moment before Barry. You think it'd probably be safe to at least
Bari?
park Bari. Sorry, not Barry. Bari. You think it'd be safe to at least park like a block off, not close enough to where it might get shot up or stolen in the time that you guys are gone, but also close enough to, if you need to make a getaway, it would make sense to have it close-ish by. So, you know, parking it like a block further into Little Europe would probably be the safest bet. So,
If you don't mind.
What's that?
If you don't mind parking it a block into Little Europe so the car doesn't get smashed or stolen or shot up.
That definitely would be a preferable outcome.
Considering what happened last time.
What happened last time, if I may ask?
This arm wasn't always medical. I'm wearing I have a medical grade cyber arm.
I'm aware. I'm awaiting exposition, but if you would like to be vague.
Well, let's just say
I got in a car accident.
let's go with that.
You're just eating your kebab.
Yes, and it was bad. And then I parked the car.
Kitty's like brows kind of furrow a little. Why are we being obtuse?
Sorry, I was just thinking about the scream sheets.
Yes, a biotechnical executive and his daughter, I believe. Quite the shame.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
For sure.
I didn't hear the newscast.
It's all right.
Bari will sort of give a TLDR of the newscast.
Sure.
So that way, Kitty knows now.
Kitty understands a more eloquent telling of the news.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
Could I roll the human perception just to get the vibe that just as a vibe check of this fucking car?
Sure. I feel like that would make a lot of sense to
Did
do
we-
that.
Did we have time to
Mostly
clean the blood out?
Mostly on gas, probably.
We'll say
To be
Like,
fair,
if
to be
I-
fair-
if I have to like focus on one person, probably Gas, because Kitty just said, "Why are we being obtuse?"
I think that would make the most sense. Gas, could you roll me a quick conversation? It's gonna
to be fair, I think most of the blood is on the driver's side window of the car. So
No, Kitty was
it's the
driving.
passenger. Yeah, because
I
Gas
was
was
in the
Gas was in the
passenger
passenger seat.
Yeah, Kitty was driving.
I would say for the sake of this, it can be
it's dry.
dried blood, and you know.
Where the heck is the? There it is.
I have to control F all the skills from you. Ooh. That's a botch.
Wow, we're bad at this.
That is a 1.
Wow.
Do I need to roll?
Please roll, because if you also flub it, you would also get nothing.
We're all just bricks right now.
Just watch. Caleb gets a nat 20. Okay.
It's more than enough, though. To be fair.
I would say, yeah, I think it would make enough sense that you at least get the feeling that they're not telling the whole truth. They're technically not lying, but it's a technicality.
I will say that Gas looks visibly upset. Like, it's very obvious.
If it's going to be on your minds before you go into dangerous territory, I would suggest that you speak it out so you don't exactly get distracted and get shot.
Again.
Like I said, we had a run-in with these gangers. It's probably not the same guys. The ones we were up against died already.
Let's just say, it was. Well, bullets are not very good to be in your body or in things attached to your body.
Naturally.
Well,
Mhm.
don't get shot then. As I pat Gas from the back seat right on the shoulder before getting out.
Oh, you're probably sitting bitch, honestly.
What?
Are you gonna make one of the girls sit bitch?
There is no bitch situation in this thing.
Oh, I
There's
thought
two
we were-
people in the front, two people in the back. No one's sitting in the hump in the middle.
Oh yeah, you're right. I keep
There
Pony
are
Boy
no
Curtis
bitches
is
allowed
always with
in the
us.
Cyber Prius.
Nobody's
No one's
sitting-
riding bitch in the Cyber Prius today.
I can't let go of Pony Boy Curtis. I'm sorry. He's always here in spirit.
The
Pony Boy
spirit of
Curtis
Pony
always
Boy
sits in
Curtis
front.
is sitting bitch.
Spirit
As-
of pony.
As we all get out, I kind of want Bari to sort of look at Kitty and just sort of casually say, will they be distracted due to that sort of conversation?
She blinks once and then kind of like slowly looks over towards Gas. Gas is very upset. She lost a lot of things. She might lose more.
Glad to know one of you is straightforward.
You're welcome.
Yay!
Now, how are we going to do this? Are we going to try and talk to these violent sociopaths, or are we going to try and go guns blazing, say, you owe a favor, and try not to get shot?
Well, preferably, I do not want to spend many bullets. So if we can talk to the psychopaths, then yeah, I would like to.
Lead the way.
Fair, if we talk to them and then they don't comply, we can always just leave and then they'll get killed later by the other people, you know?
Presuming they let us go.
Yeah, I think his name was like Dirt Feet or something told us about it.
Mud legs.
Yeah, that's...
Presumably, if they let us go, then yeah. But we still need to get the money from them. Let's go.
I'll go ahead and I'll walk up. I will say, then I do take the other very heavy pistol,
Mhm.
the one that's normally in the glove compartment.
Okay.
I do take it with me. I'm not able to conceal it, so they're just on each of my hips, like out in the open.
Okay.
So, yeah.
The
Just so
very
that I have them
heavy pistol can't be concealed, right?
You know.
No.
Yeah, that's why they're just like out in holsters, because they're so big.
So Bari would have his very heavy pistol in a holster.
Yep.
To be fair, it's not unheard of to be strapped.
Yeah.
You know,
Strapped
especially
Close to the
combat zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just making sure to like let Fen know that I do have both of my guns and they are visible.
Cool.
Mine makes a visible lump in my coat. Because I too have a heavy
It's a little
pistol.
it's a little deformation in the blob that is your fur coat.
Yeah.
Ball.
It's a very menacing shaped lump.
I mean, you know, Kid is probably the most heavily armed because he has an assault rifle. He has the pistol. He also has a heavy melee. Yes, I do.
That's awesome.
He has an assault rifle. He has a very heavy pistol, and he has a heavy melee weapon, which is just a very, very heavy baseball bat that may or may not have some features hammered onto it.
It's a Louisville Slugger.
And then obviously the cyberware, because he has
a Night City Slammer.
Yeah, that's the perfect thing to call it.
The Night City
Yes.
Slammer. I love it.
It's a blaze ball bat.
But and then obviously the big knuckles too, because he has the cyberware on his hand.
Oh
So-
yeah, I forgot. Do I still have the Wolverine arm? No, yeah, I do. 'Cause
Yeah.
that was in my.
It's on the
gaming
other-
arm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
So
Wolverine arm because that was installed into your meat hand.
So yeah, as a solo, he's pretty armed to the teeth, and it's, you know, it's hard. You can't hide it. So that's what he has. But we gotta find where these dudes are at, I guess.
It's not super hard. You were given a building. I'd say if you all want to roll me a quick perception check to find out which one it is out of the few that are on this street that you guys are walking up to through the block.
I will say I'm going to use my solo roll ability combat awareness. Prior to being in any form of combat, I can put points places.
Yep.
So what I want to do is I want to put 2 points in threat detection, which will add +2 to my perception roll, and I'll put the other 2 points into initiative reaction. So
Perfect. Sounds good to me.
so there you go.
Awesome. So I would say everybody's able to see which building it is. It's because it's the only one with really like lights on in it. The other few that are in this kind of like row of buildings on this block are mostly lights out. One has like an entire crater taken out of one corner. It's obviously like this place has been the result of a few scuffles. The building has lights on. There's a couple guys standing out front. They don't seem to really make immediate threat or try to shoot at you guys. They don't seem to really even notice you at first until you guys, if you guys approach. They are currently just kind of looking around, just trying to see if there's anything immediate threat-wise. You see a bunch of cars parked off in like this parking lot to the left of it. And as you're kind of looking, I would say if you're both are 23 and 21, both Barry and Kit, you both see as well one building over, there are a couple of guys currently, like, you see the flashes of what looks to be like some sort of grinder working on metal. But it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of people over there. You see a lot of that movement as the light kind of changes from like something being walked in front of it based on the angle that you guys are seeing at. So
Could I potentially deduce like other exits, like an entrance?
maybe a deduction roll actually.
Okie dokie.
There is.
I will try my best. Hell yeah.
Okay. Other exits to this building based on its design, you know, there's probably obviously the main entrance. There's probably either a fire escape on one of the sides based on where you guys are. It's probably on the other side for you because you didn't immediately see it on this one. For the upper buildings, it's probably about like 4 or 5 floors tall. And as you are kind of looking at it, you also probably know that there's probably a back exit either onto like a patio or something like that. There's some other way of getting out to also go in the other direction further on the street. Outside of that, there's windows on a few of the floors. And the windows obviously could be exits if somebody is brave enough to try to jump out of them. So.
Before we approach, I sort of make like the others aware of all of these.
Okay. You pass that information along. You were all filled in.
Yeah, they're trying to make this place look like part of the combat zone.
They don't actually make it part of the combat zone.
Well, let's hope that they don't.
Either way, it's best to have a plan B through D in situations like this.
We might have to go through the whole alphabet, all things considered.
Or we could just blow it up.
I would hope not. One of you might die.
Well, let's go with the talking first, and then we'll see what we can do from there. And I guess we'll go forward, up the stoop, if you will.
You walk forward. The two kind of spot you after a moment and go, "You with the blazers?" They kind of, one of them starts to kind of blaze of a rifle, not immediately threatening, just almost like kind of like in case trouble happens.
Could I try it streetwise? Who the heck the blazers?
Blazers?
Yeah.
Blazers? Are we talking like nice blazers that you get from the nice store? Or like
Streetwise.
blazers as like fire? I guess that's the question.
Yeah.
The button-down kind?
A streetwise will give you an
Blazer
answer.
as in clothing, blazer as in drugs, blazer as in arsonist.
The game can't decide whether it wants me to succeed or fail.
That's not bad. I would say you definitely know of the Blazers. They're a booster gang in the combat zone that you guys are kind of nearby. You kind of probably heard about them through nomad groups that have, made risky jumps through that area. You know them to be arsonists mostly, but they also are decide to take fashion into a consideration. Oftentimes wearing suit jackets and stuff like that.
Oh, so both.
Those sound like great people, but
¿Por qué no los dos?
they basically went that por qué no los dos, and they were like aesthetic.
It's just like, you wanna look cute.
But
oh no, nothing like that.
No, we're here for work.
oh, okay. You from Mudlegs?
Yes. I'm sorry, she's very
Never
abrupt.
mind.
Yeah.
Okay. He kind of picks up his agent, hits a couple things. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, they're from Mudlegs. Don't worry.
Okay.
Well, they're... Okay, cool. We'll send them up. Hang on.
Kit is gonna make a very obvious stare towards the group while they're doing that phone thing, sort of like, and I thought this, like, it's sort of like a look like, well, I guess they're expecting us.
I think as you do that, Kitty kind of adjusts her coat a little bit under the wardrobe and style fashion because if she recognized the group, if they like aesthetics, she's kind of leaning towards that to make this hopefully less painful as possible.
The booster gang that you guys are fighting is not the Blazers. The Blazers are another booster gang.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or not fighting, I would say that's the right word. You guys aren't fighting them yet.
Yeah.
What?
Good. Then I don't have to move my
No,
big kitty coat yet.
You're good.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling. It's like, okay, they're expecting
Bari
us.
acknowledges the look but does not react.
He hangs up the agent, kind of puts it back in his pocket and goes, all right, 3-piece, we'll see you upstairs.
Okay. Now I'm
Bari
trying
will
to
walk in.
imagine what 3-piece is gonna look like. Okay, I'm guessing a 3-piece suit.
I'm just gonna like turn to walk up, like without saying anything.
So
Last one up the stairs is Kit.
you all go up the stairs to the 4th floor, and you guys kind of follow him into what looks to be like was once like a boardroom of whatever building this was, probably like an office of some kind. You see a few individuals, mostly kind of booster gangers, some kind of with like, it's a little bit of like been around the block a little while, made it kind of a little bit. One has a pretty nice like cyber leg that looks like it very obviously has something packed into it besides just the cybernetics of a cyber leg. And the individual kind of sitting down at a desk, kind of looking over a map of Little Europe and the combat zone, kind of looks up and goes, "Y'all from Mudlegs?"
Indeed.
All right. Name's Three Piece, and he kind of stands up, and you see holstered, almost like a fucking pirate, 3 pistols
Yep.
down a sash.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
Nice.
That was my second guess.
Hey, you are what you eat, as they say.
Quick question: what kind of pistols are they?
Make me. I think there's a check for that.
Oh, that would be something involving probably tech
Yeah, I would say that is a
or
weapons tech. I think would make most sense, or out of a awareness skill. I would say either weapons tech would probably make the most sense.
Yeah, it would make the most sense.
Where the heck is it?
It's already in the
It's under
bottom.
technique
Okay.
skills. Technique
Okay.
skills.
No, it's
Oh, yeah.
gambling.
Hey, I rolled a 6.
You know it's at least a pistol. It's definitely not an SMG.
Well done.
Boom, go shoot.
Yeah,
Ah.
you pull it once, it fires off a single round. It's not something anything fancier than that.
Yeah, we're here on behalf of Mudlegs to negotiate.
Oh, is he pulling in that favor?
Yes.
Did he give you guys an option to put it off?
Fen, the specific was payment and a favor, right?
Yes, he needs his money. He needs them to do something. That something is get the fuck out of Little Europe.
His request is for his payment as well.
Oh, so money and the favor.
Indeed.
All right. Shit. No way we can put this favor piece off.
Unfortunately not.
Did not get the impression that Mudlegs was willing to move a deadline.
All right. Oh, shit.
Can I do a human perception to see this guy's body language?
Sure.
Is he? I know he sounds like dejected, but like.
Same. I'd like to.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it under the guise of like, what was he hoping out of this?
Hmm.
Nope.
Don't care. I'm telling him what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I would say for the not 20, but the 20 and the 17, for both Bari and Gas. Both of you
Air
realize
5.
you both kind of see that he is dejected because he was hoping that Mudlegs would forget about it or just wouldn't come knocking for the favor part. He's understanding about the money. He owes him a solid for something. From what you can tell, he doesn't seem.
But
upset
it's
about
that favor. It's
the
just like
favor.
shit.
The
Yeah.
favor's the favor's the hard part.
I
Yep.
really like
Yep.
this place.
Essentially, because
We just got Netflix.
Man, all the IKEA furniture came in. Shoot.
Gosh,
I was gonna put together an ottoman this weekend.
Now, before you make any assumptions about what exactly Mudlegs is asking for, it's well, he wants you to get the fuck out of here.
oh, he wants us to go back to the combat zone.
More or less.
Okay. Boys won't be thrilled.
Well, that's not our problem.
You're right. That ain't your problem. Money. He kind of looks around and pulls out a couple chips that you guys know to be where you can store eddies on them. Puts them on the table.
Bitcoin.
He goes, hey, T, you still got that spare leg? And he kind of looks, the guy with the leg kind of goes, yeah, let me go pull it out from one of the bins over here. But yeah, I still got it. He goes and picks up a cyber leg that's not attached to any body.
That'd be weird if it was.
Basketball player.
Kobe! It's just hits the table with like a crunch.
And then just kind of rolls off slowly. He goes, and Tiffany says, all right, cool. That should be enough to cover it. That's about 5-ish. And then that's the other 15 for the 20 I owe. You can verify it if you want.
There's got to be like some sort of appraisal skill.
There is.
Eating?
There is.
Trading?
Yeah, trading's in the art of like making it.
Oh, making a deal. Yeah.
Business.
No, there's
Counting.
accounting is numbers. It's not a. I think it'd be.
Cyber tech.
I think so.
I can read it. I'm scrolling through the skills set right now. Cybertech is identifying, understanding, and repairing. So technically, yes, but the bribery skill, knowing when to bribe someone, and then the accounting skill is
Skill of balance.
business is skill of regarding knowledge of basic business practices. Procurement, sales, marketing. Accounting is balancing books, creating false books, juggling numbers, and handling day-to-day business operations. So technically this is an exchange of business, so I would say an accounting skill would probably be good.
I can do that.
I would say either accounting or cyber tech. I think both would make sense for appraising how much this thing would be worth because you are.
It may not be worth how much as they think that is.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
What is luck? What is luck?
So you can spend luck before you make a roll in order to up the number that you add to the plus of whatever you roll. So your +7 would be a +8 or a +9 something if you had a 7 base. So however much luck you spend.
That's an additional plus to the modifier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
They replenish at the end of the session. So
Yes.
Okay. So
If you want, I can assist, right?
Yeah, which I believe gives a flat bonus, if I remember correctly, for assisting.
I'm sure Barry would trust Kitty to assist. She seems straightforward enough.
yeah.
She's very tech oriented. I mean, more than half of her body's covered in tech.
If I were to spend like 2 luck, like it'd be a +2 to whatever bonus
Yes.
I have.
Yep.
Okay.
See what I type. Rolled a 21 on the cyber tech.
Okay.
So that'd be a 19.
A 19. I'll say we can add another +2 from the cyber tech, so 21. You think it? You kind of take a second to look into it. You pick it up. You kind of analyze it. You kind of look at, you deal with cyber tech fair enough, a fair amount as well, and you know how much it generally goes for. This is probably in the realm of either 5,000 or maybe up to 6,000, depending on the buyer. It's got some decent modifications in it that make it probably worth something, especially if like somebody had a similar one. It has obviously it has an ability to make you like sprint extremely fast. That's kind of its big thing.
My question would be then: Is this going to make it even?
Yes, I would say that plus what the actual eddies that are there are enough for what Mud Legs is looking for.
Okay.
So
Barry just sort of looks at Kit and just nods.
All right, I'll grab this, and he'll grab the leg and let the knee hook onto his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's just hanging on the.
Bar will collect the eddies.
Okay.
Now the favor.
Yeah. Part I'm not excited about.
You are.
I can't hear you.
Ha!
Okay, there it is.
Yeah, the part I'm not excited about.
Where will you go?
Where will I go? I mean, is the favor going back into the combat zone? Get the fuck out of the
What were the specifics of the favor?
Get the fuck
I
out
know-
of Europe and into the combat zone was the favor, which I think you guys have already explained to it. I'm just personally forgetting. So
The specifics were get the fuck out of Europe and go back into the combat zone.
all right, well, saddle up, boys.
You're like, oh.
Yeah, you kind of see this collective sigh of like, well, back to reality.
One guy who has like the parts of the ottoman just
Oh man.
He finishes pulling this pallet jack with a flat of stuff for an ottoman out of the elevator. Put it back in the truck, buddy. We gotta go take it back down. Kind of sighs, puts it back in, hits the button, waves a hand.
Sad friend Stinger. Look,
Poor guy.
it doesn't seem like Mudlegs was opposed to you being around here. Just the way that you came in.
No, it was the way that we came in that probably is part of it. And I think being here probably isn't great for him either, because he's trying to convert from his nomad self also to being a fixer, and he wants to do some of the both. Why does everybody want to be a fixer? Also, throw that out there. Whatever.
Dinners.
Yeah, that's fine. Dinners and fancy shit. Not as fancy as y'all. He kind of points to you, Barry. But fancy. But like he wants to do that, so he's cleaning up this stretch. And I thought we were going to be okay, but he's calling in that favor. So, and we kind of owe some of why we're still here to him. So,
The fact that you're just, just doing it says a lot about the power that Mudlegs has. What did he do for you guys to call for such a favor?
a favor is a favor, no matter what the past has brought it. Our business is included. We should leave.
make me, if you want to hear the story, a persuasion roll, Kit. Nice.
Damn.
Nice.
All right, guess we're
The Ottoman guy rushes forward. He's like, "Let me tell you a tale of butt legs."
The three-piece kind of sits back.
The Ballad of Mudlegs.
I'm
a
more
rock
or
opera.
less curious about like what kind of pull does Mudlegs have that would convince a booster gang on the word of his contracted hires they will just up and leave. You know what I mean? Like booster gangs don't just do that. So what kind of hold does Mudlegs theoretically have on these dudes? And my concern is more about, like, I think Kit's concern is more about, is it possible that we would be indebted to Mudlegs in such a way, maybe not now, but down the line, that owes such great favors, you know? So.
Mudlegs let us kind of start over to some extent. We're a booster gang. We deal in cars and other great shit and jacking shit off other people. A couple of my boys, I think, hit some truck the other night and got flatlined for a reason. But anyway, so he gave us a kind of new stuff. We got caught up in a firefight between nomads and some execs over some weapons that were rightfully the nomads, but hey, you know, the execs wanted to cut the cake. We got caught in the crossfire because we were also trying to jack them things. You know how we do this that way. So we go in, think it'd be easy score, run in while they're fighting each other, grab it, and get out. Until we all get cornered because all the execs are fucking flatlined and now we're stuck in a box and we can't leave. And, you know, Mudlegs and his fucking tank tread having ass glory fucking rolls out in the middle of the open, calls for a ceasefire, and says, I'll do you a favor. There's your exit. Don't ever let me see you again. I'll come collect. Maybe not now, but I will. That was about 3 years ago. But everybody listened to him. So, we kind of all won.
Well, good to know that Mudlegs has that kind of command. Good luck to you guys and your move.
Oh, it'll be a great time. I'm pretty sure I'll have to shoot 3 of my guys on the way out. It's gonna be great.
Such is the life of Night City.
As I mentioned of 3 years ago, Bari's stance falters for half of a second.
For that half second. Oof. Oof.
We can't hear you if you're talking, Fen.
No, I said that half second, and then I said oof and oof. And it goes unnoticed as far as you can tell.
All right, off we go then.
You hear coming up the elevator as you guys are heading downstairs. You hear 2 people step out and go, "What the fuck is this 3-piece?" And then gunfire erupts behind you as you all make your exit.
The kitty legs move slightly faster.
Well,
We
this is
stopped.
done. What's
Our
next?
asses speed walk like that wasn't us.
You all
Bari's
head-
stride doesn't alter. It's just
the gunfire is still going on when you guys get back to the Cyber Prius and head off.
Unfortunate. Thought that was a lot easier than I expected.
such is the way it favors.
Yeah, we don't exactly deal in favors usually. We deal in skill and eddies.
Yet.
So,
What's
Yeah,
your
well-
next?
To the docks. Gotta get some raw boards. Unless you wanna take off.
Already on the way.
I mean, if you're sure. And I guess I'll just be like, we could always drop you off. I mean, this thing is pretty damn fast.
I'll be just fine.
Besides, this is the easy job.
Or so we think.
I don't know until we get there. And the Bari just sort of like reclines in the seat.
Yep. And we'll speed off.
Well,
Sunset.
if we have time to talk in the car while we try and get to the docks and stuff like that from one side to the other, Kit will sort of lean forward and cross his arms on the back of the seat and sort of say, okay, cards on the table then. Is it the booster gang or Mudlegs that's making you want to do this sort of menial labor?
Personal interest.
Must be very personal if you want to get dirty.
Perhaps.
Can I? As both Gas and Kitty like do the Futurama squint meme.
I would say it's more interest than personal.
Booster gangs or Mudlegs?
Neither.
I want to roll human perception to see if I can suss out what Bari is inclined to do, I guess, based off like that end tail of the conversation that we walked in on, if that is possible.
Yes, I would say a conversation roll from Bari and a human perception from Kit.
Who goes first?
I would say Bari.
I go first.
Create the TM.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I spend luck? Nah.
Is that...
No, that wouldn't have helped me anyway.
I'm gonna spend luck, and I might as well. I'm gonna use 4.
Kitty doesn't care enough.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh.
That'll be 20.
Oh, that's right. That's not what.
Yeah. Okay.
I would say that is, I think, 1 degree of success over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I would say
It's every 4.
Yeah. I would say you're able to determine a fair bit about not so much. Well, you're able to determine more than Barry's giving off. Barry, what is your overarching interest in Mudlegs in these booster gangs?
I'm looking into the Biotechnica executive. What happened?
Something in the way he says neither tips you off, Gas. You almost think for a second that scream sheet that you heard and saw and listened to.
I just imagine Gaz's eyes just as she's driving.
You just kind of think maybe
Oh shit, we're in trouble.
Oh fuck! Oh no! Oh shit!
that maybe
Oh
there's
shit! Oh fuck!
maybe
The
there's
question is, who's the responsible out of the 4 of us?
Are you sure we can't drop you off?
but you get the feeling that Bari is after maybe what went down in that with that Biotechnica exec.
I mean, Kit did say cards on the table, so if you want to ask them the question,
Yeah. So, I guess I'll ask. Like, Bar, you're one of them. What's the term? Executive types.
As far as people tell me.
Corpo's another word for it. Slang for them.
Oh, so you don't do any like executing? It's more like what do you do, if you don't mind asking or telling me? I mean,
I sold my soul to a business.
They all do. Kitty
For
kind of says while
various
looking out the window.
Now, to be fair, I've been in that boat before, but what is your association with all of this right now?
Consider it curiosity.
No,
a
but
Biotechnica
I mean,
executive dies out of nowhere, and, well, I'd like to see why.
Oh, so that's what this is about. That makes sense. Well, I hope you don't meet the same fate.
I survived much worse than whatever happened to Mr. Robinson and his daughter.
Let's just say things can come out of left field quicker than you can really catch them a lot of times.
Bari makes a pointed look at Gas's arm. I would assume you know that more than most.
Ain't nothing like a kick to the head.
all right. And Kit will lean back. Let's get
Something
to
on
the...
your mind, kid?
No, let's just get to the docks.
If we go to the docks. I just keep
That's a
driving.
good way to cut it. Like, let's just get to the docks.
The
Star wipe.
Star wipe as you guys pull up to the warehouse. The lights are on. People are home. You get directed to a parking spot by the attendant as you kind of go through like a gate. seem to be expecting you from the looks of it. You all step inside. It's a pretty big place, but it's all kind of storage and moving parts and stuff like that. You got like a guy who's got like a set of kind of Borg legs as well, but those are more for like moving things than being able to like pick up things and move things and walk around like long strides type stuff. He kind of said like Mudlegs sent a message beforehand, so he is just kind of coming out of one of the like long rows of racks with 2 boxes that can be carried by like a single person that's strong enough for it. He kind of puts them down on a table and goes, "As for Mudlegs, right? You as people."
Yes.
Indeed.
Delivery service.
Very well. That's all there is for this week.
Much appreciated. Gas, you do not have to pick this box up.
I was just gonna say that Gas, learning their lesson, will look to somebody who looks stronger than them. Even though I think I might have the highest body in the group. I don't know.
Doesn't matter, it's an athletics roll.
It's true.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, it's athletics.
I have plus 10 in that. Is that bad?
I have got
So do
plus.
I.
I got plus 14.
Oh, yeah, go for it. You could probably carry both.
Could I potentially look around to see if there's like, not like any like not anyone like immediately here, but as we're sort of like walking to whatever warehouse we are, like anyone that seems to maybe like recognize these 3?
Yes, please make me a perception check.
Okie doke.
Are you gonna say Craig and Marco or whatever their names were?
Bam,
I
bam, bam,
remember
bam.
one of them was Craig.
One of them was indeed Craig. I need to make me a lip reading check now.
Okay, I can do that. I'd like.
Oh,
to
is this the one that I
spend-
buttered up
I
last
would
time?
like to spend 3 luck
Okay.
for this. So
Ooh.
that's a 34.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so you look around to see if anybody notices you. You see a couple people kind of currently sitting, what looks to be like on their break. Both kind of, one hits the other on the shoulder and kind of leans in. And you can read everything this guy's saying. He's not got the most subtle of speeches, but he's not really
Not many
talking
people
about-
do.
Yeah. He's like, yo, it's those people from last night. That one guy was wild. Yeah. Weren't they part of that, weren't they that box truck that got hit? Yeah, but, I mean, they're all fine, so. Well, I mean, where's that 4th guy? No, he's out doing something else. I remember somebody talking about him earlier tonight.
Something about the Olive Garden.
Yeah, something about an Olive Garden or some shit, some local joint.
And the breadsticks. Who does that?
Who does endless anything anymore?
In this economy?
Got me.
But,
Endless
yeah.
synthesized pastry.
With with my internal agent,
Gonna use my muscles. Muscles used.
Muscles used, yep.
it's not necessarily linked to like a cyber eye because so I don't think I could take like a picture of these people. But like could I, because I'm pretty sure I have an intern.
You
Could I ask my
you have a few people on retainer, correct?
Could I ask my intern or one of my people on retainer to look into these 3?
You certainly can.
Ooh, like we have our own little like rap sheets or something.
Mm-mm.
We are all edge runners, to be fair.
Yeah.
We probably.
Dossiers potentially.
Let's see. I'd say you can
Is there
get-
any way I could have encrypted my information?
There's entirely it'll be a different check for your specific.
Okay.
Yep.
Follow-up question. Would the weird corporation that I'm hypothetically enslaved to have information on me that is public, or would they be keeping that a secret?
Just because it's private doesn't mean it's not something that people can't find.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm asking
exactly.
you. I was just curious, because I don't know. I don't know if they tried to make us disappear entirely or if they just like.
I think
You know-
it would
you
just
know more
depend on the
than-
corporation.
Yeah.
Like, do they think of you as important enough to keep your information either on file or a secret?
They thought we were important enough to annihilate.
Not that. Well, they tried to kill me, so.
To be fair, Arasaka is a huge corporation that has probably so much fucking this, that, and the other thing to block off whatever the fuck, and it could be like that would be my argument, but
Yeah.
Kit stuff
I'm
is
not
probably
trying to
obvious.
argue. I was just curious.
I want to have him make a roll real quick.
Kit stuff is probably like the most straightforward out of anybody's, but
I just love like, well, they thought I was important enough to kill, so.
no, they
You tell
thought
me.
they thought your clan was important enough to kill. You were just a leftover that they decided was it's fine.
That's fine. Let one go.
Run, Simba, and never return.
I'm gonna burn that shithole to the ground one day.
Well, to be fair-
I love how your voice is getting southern in like the last hour of this.
It was always southern.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
It's
It's getting more southern.
Ponyboy Curtis and Gas both have like a southern
ish.
adjacent.
Yeah. A little.
Yeah.
It
Me
definitely
accent
goes
slip
up
in.
and down with the mood.
I will say that probably the TN for Kits is the lowest. It's like you just need to roll a 1 and you Kit stuff is everywhere probably.
Okay, I need you to roll
Kid's got like a
me-
public social media page.
Need someone killed?
Do it
I'm your
justice.
guy.
Want
I'm-
some bad guys beat?
You could say I'm a hero for Hoya.
What's that? Dragon Quest 47? That's me. Main character.
Library.
Dragon Quest 47.
Make me a D10 roll, please, Caleb, for your for your.
Okay.
Awesome.
8.
Let's see. After a few minutes, I think while Jesse, or sorry, not Jesse, I looked at the wrong.
Kid.
Yeah, Kid. I looked at the wrong screen. I only saw Jesse. You're able to pull up you get sent 3 different kind of sets of things. You have a bunch of information on Kit, people that he's worked for. You get very much the vibe that he's a solo. He's a mercenary for hire.
And a very, very small amateur boxing circuit.
Yes. and the side job of a amateur boxer trying to come up. For Gas, you get a little bit less. You get there's an interaction between Gas and Arasaka, if I remember correctly, at one point. But there is no further things on it outside of a quick thing on Arasaka's kind of servers. Essentially, is where it's gotten pulled from between Gas and Gas's clan fully as well, and that's it. That's all it's talking about. For Kitty, there is nothing more than the handle, and that handle is online, but that's it.
Bari kind of thinks to himself, at least one of them has a brain cell.
It's not a brain cell, it's just I have debt and I box and I do just this and that jobs.
Listen, I'm just glad I'm in control of my own body.
Bari sort of tucks all that information away. Just doesn't let it show. Just let's Kit do the lifty boys and
Yes, he's gonna do it's gonna be super cool that I lift the box and lug it onto the back of the Cyber Prius and kind of like haphazardly shove the leg aside, you know, like to make room. Because that bitch is in the trunk too. You're gonna have to get a bigger car.
That could certainly be arranged if you need it.
I'm just saying, next time we have to lug around a whole bunch of stuff. It's getting tight here.
All right. I'll look into it then.
Not that I don't like the Prius. It's a reasonable car.
It makes a statement, that's for damn sure.
Yes, the dried blood on the passenger seat is rather intimidating.
Well, that's just because I didn't have time to clean it.
Also, it's Gas's blood, so it's not really that intimidating.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You all head off.
Just, oh boy, these are guys. These are characters.
You all head off to the location. It's like a small building, kind of like attached to a larger one when it was built, but really doesn't seem like it's actually like integrated at all. And you see kind of like this one door that leads into it that's like metal, has no window. There's no other windows in the place. But it's the location that is given to you by Mudlegs.
And this is where they're going to turn the raw boards into circuit boards.
Yes.
Okay.
So.
The magic of industry.
Indeed.
Magic's not real.
No, it is not. And I will do some more heavy lifting.
Quite the prescient observation, Kitty.
Can somebody knock on the door?
Bari will.
The door opens a little bit, looks at the four of you. The person closes it. You hear a chunk of a few locks unlocking, and then it opens fully. Come through.
Bari just strides through.
I'm gonna say non-binary individual who's just kind of looks like they're guarding the door. They kind of wait for you to follow them, and it leads you into a room where there's obviously like storage for all of these. There's a couple other boxes, but it looks like they're running low on whatever supplies that they're using to make these. And they just kind of point in one corner over there.
How long is this gonna take?
Give it a day, maybe two. See how fast they work out there.
Cut your chunk. Cut your chunk.
As Mudlegs still at the night market, so we can conclude the other bit of business.
Believe so, unless he's moved since then. Hasn't told me if he has.
Yeah, well, the night market still has a couple of days still being up, so.
Wonderful. Now we know our next objective. Thank you for the entrance.
And then Bari just goes back to the car.
I feel like I don't know about the rest of you guys, but for Kit, he's just like, so this actually was an easy gig, huh?
I'm starting to wonder if Romeo really did have our best
Rodeo?
interest in-
Rodeo.
That's to say, like the Shakespearean fixers are in another part of town.
Yeah, that's
No, I've been making it a
that would be
thing.
rodeo.
I've been
Rodeo.
making it a thing that the only name that Gaz actually remembers of fixers is Ponyboy Curtis, and the rest of them it always is like
The rest
some
of it,
offshoot.
it's gonna be off.
That's all you need to know.
Well, to be fair, we probably are used to correcting gas, so
Yeah.
it's rodeo.
I imagine that Kitty probably didn't even go in because I feel like she's just been kind of drifting through all of these missions. So she's kind of like just standing by the edge of the warehouse door or wherever we went to, waiting for them to come back.
I think as Bari sort of steps out, something on your mind?
No. I just keep waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Well, either you're prepared for everything or you're prepared for nothing. It's better to adapt no matter what.
Best to be prepared and have nothing happen. And she kind of just gently pushes back away from the edge of the door, and she kind of starts heading back towards the car. But she'll say kind of like over her shoulder, "Why is the news so important to you?"
Like I said, curiosity.
Curiosity kills.
Don't I know it?
I imagine she's by the car by this point, and she kind of looks back off towards the Kit and Gas finishing up.
So
I
am
don't-
I going to get a... Oh, please, sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. Go for it.
So am I going to get a non-vague story?
We were given a job to transport things. A group came up, stopped us. Kit ran over one of them. Ponyboy Curtis, I think, killed the other one. I didn't see. I was too busy programming a car to send into oncoming traffic. I don't know if I'm the reason why they're dead. She looks like she has zero remorse on her face. But then again, she's also been kind of emotionless this whole game.
People live and die, Miss Kitty. It doesn't matter if we're the ones holding the gun or the person who put the ammo in the clip. Every action we have has a consequence. Even if everything we've done is to be away from said consequence.
Her head kind of tips off to the side a little bit. You can continue if you want.
When you said that you prefer to be prepared for everything and then have nothing, once upon a time I would have agreed with you. And then something much worse happened. That's why I'm who I am, unfortunately.
I'm sorry that you're tied to them.
It's not your fault. But I understand the sentiment.
I escaped.
I suppose I will too one day. Who knows? Perhaps I'll get back to my old ways soon enough.
Death is the greatest escape. She just kind of opens the door and pops in.
Freedom is even greater. And Bari gets into the passenger side.
I'd say both Gas and Kit are making their way out as both of you step in.
All right. Just need to get to the night market and the job is over, at least for tonight.
Yeah. I really am thinking, though, I'm talking while we're driving, I'll also say, head off. I'm starting to wonder if Rodeo had our best interests at heart the other day.
Or maybe Rodeo was just mistaken. Sometimes people underestimate what happens during a job.
It's true, but to be fair, these jobs paid more and were safer and faster. So,
Well, sometimes people go off script, no matter how prepared we are for the job.
Look, it doesn't matter if the job is easy or hard. It's just what the client is willing to pay.
And if you can get out alive.
Sorry.
good point.
Yes.
If you're looking for more precise information, Rodeo might have more.
I may have to talk to this rodeo. Perhaps tomorrow.
I'm just hoping Rodeo is just not sitting in the night market eating his share of schnitzels. And overburdening himself with mystery meat.
And cholesterol.
I hate you so much.
Cries.
Hey, Bari, do you need to get dropped off anywhere? Or is the night market gonna do?
The night market will do just fine, kid. I wouldn't worry about me.
Then that's what we'll do.
Besides, we still have a job to do, and I still have half of your payment to Mudlegs.
What?
Because the leg is in the truck.
Yeah.
I was the one who grabbed the eddies. If you dropped me off somewhere else, you'd be screwed.
I'm just meaning after we make the drop.
I'll be just fine.
I believe Bari.
I believe Bari too. So
I'm just keep driving.
The cyber
Gas is just like, things are weird. I don't like the vibe.
Imagine like Gas like looks at Kitty through the rearview mirror as if to say, "What did you say?" And then she's looking out the window, not even paying attention.
Gas's brain is like, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
This bitch is gonna get us arrested.
Anyway,
okay.
you guys make
Accidents
it
happen.
back to the night market, unharmed, uneventfully. You guys go back. Are you guys heading straight back to Mudleg's stand?
I'm grabbing the leg.
I
assume
mean-
the leg was part of it.
Yeah.
The leg was coming, yeah. It'll get carried gently.
We can all take turns.
Be hoisted.
I mean, what else is Kit gonna use these muscles for?
Lots of things.
Making jambalaya.
Protein shake. Protein shake.
So many protein. Yeah.
No, the other day I heard about this object called a banana. I'm told if you mix it in with your protein shake, it makes it better. But I
Yeah,
also
but
don't
bananas
know
are
how
all-
on earth you would get one.
Bananas are
fake.
frightfully expensive. I'd rather get the banana adjacent.
The banana instead of the banana.
I'd rather get the banana adjacent powder.
I'd rather get the BANANAS. So we get to Mudlegs.
Yep, let's just go forward.
Talking about bananas and protein shakes, you make it to Mudlegs, who is just kind of looking around. The night's kind of starting to wind down, at least from a night market perspective.
Yeah, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning.
It's late. It's pretty late. And he kind of looks and goes, "Oh, back so soon. All right, you guys, take care of both. Well, at least what you can of the boards and my booster problem."
Yes.
Indeed.
I believe your booster problem will self-correct.
Good. I'm glad the favor still held some weight.
I must say I'm rather impressed with how much weight your name carried with those booster games.
Well, when you save about 20 or so souls and give them a new lease on what they call life in this mortal coil, it means something to them.
They gave us the monologue. We know.
Hope that they don't betray you.
Well,
And
they certainly will. My good friend Barry, we're not friends, but you get the point. They will. It's, now that the
we
favors
could
no
be
longer
friends
with.
if you like. And Bari just puts the chips or whatever in his hand.
Friends
The eddies.
then.
I
We
believe
already-
Kit has a leg.
Wiggles the leg like on the shin, so that way the ankle just kind of flops, the foot kind of flops around before handing it over. We already dropped off the raw boards. They said they would take a couple of days.
As usual. A day, if they say a day, but really give it to them. They're always optimistic with their timelines.
You could probably get about 6,000 for that leg if you know the right buyer.
Oh, I know the right buyer for this thing. I know somebody will buy it. Hopefully it'll be 6. Betting on 5 though, which is all it needs. So.
Well, we'll make sure that we go pick up the raw boards in a couple of days, and we'll finish off the rest. But let's get square on this one.
Very well. He kind of flips through these. Bruce game problem. He kind of puts Yetis from this away, kind of flips out, pulls out 4 chips that all look mostly identical, hands them over. Should have around $2,500 a piece. Payment for the job.
How much?
$2,500 for each of you.
Wow, that's a...
We should work for him more often.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Of course. If you ever need more information, you can always stop by.
Oh, by the way, and Bari sort of reaches inside his vest and just pulls out a business card and just hands it to Mudlink.
Takes it, flips it over. You see one of his cyber eyes glows real quick. He kind of hands it back.
I do have a quick question before we head out. Those guys you gave me the information of told me I could talk to.
Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to be running with them, would you? Or are they just somebody who's looking for numbers?
They're not somebody who's looking for specifically numbers per se. They look for, solid people. People that I get the right kind of vibe from you. I used to run with them for a while. I've been kind of changing up what I do. The nomad lifestyle is great and all, but you burn out eventually from one thing. So, taking a break.
Human perception.
By all means.
And I'm gonna use my last 3 luck points on
Human
this one.
perception.
Do it.
Do it.
13.
13.
Oh.
As far as you can tell, he's being completely honest with you. He has ran with this group before. They're a smaller clan, but they are, they look like it seems solid enough, and he seems honest about what he's saying about it. So.
Alright. Well, I appreciate you giving me this intel.
Of course. I'm old friends with the guy who heads up that clan. We used to run with some of the Alcados back in the day, and then he set up his own thing here for some more local stuff. He does a lot of plane work over anything else, but he also has some ground people that he works with. So.
Well, if you excuse me, I'll go ahead and take my leave for the evening.
Yeah, hold on. We may not see you when we drop off the raw boards. You help
That's why
for
I gave him my information.
Fair enough.
Are there any more pressing concerns, or may I go ahead and sleep?
Are you going to be a problem for us later?
I should hope not. I did enjoy our conversation, Miss Kitty.
Tips her head up to the side.
No one said that before to me.
Good evening to all of you then. And Bari just strides out. Probably call a ride.
Axiom's already there waiting for you. He's been waiting for a while. You step in. He kind of takes off in a nice sports car type model.
As soon as we get a bit far away, I sort of like pull out the dossiers I do have And could this be the ending scene?
Yeah, it could be. Well, I would say it'd be the ending scene for at least for you, Barry.
Yeah. Okay. So there are dossiers on Gas, Kit, Kitty, and Ponyboy Curtis. And Bari sort of like makes notes on 3 of them. Potential candidates need more information on a few. And leaves Ponyboy Curtis blank. And
You're really taking them seriously over there, huh? If you don't mind me asking, boss.
perhaps one of them at least.
All right.
I need to know more about the fourth before I make a decision.
He's got quite a name for himself, that PVC.
That's
Indeed.
not how you say his name.
By the way people talked about him, he seems to know how to schmooze.
A good fixer.
That's one way to describe it.
He doesn't. He has the least cool out of all of us.
Let me take you out to dinner to a place you don't like, and then I'll make
We'll
you
see
pay
how he
for it,
fares
but I'll act
in-
like it's a favor.
We'll see how he fares in a setting that's a bit more familiar to me.
On your turf, huh? Huh. You make the shots over here. I'll just keep you up to shape.
Barry will sort of lean back in his seat, like put the dossiers away. I'm sure the binder has the corporation's like logo on it, which is Danger Girl.
Yeah, I'd say I think maybe the shot slowly pans out as the cover closes on the binder to the Danger Girl logo, etched in like a nice like metal silver on a black. And it pans out to another wide shot of Night City, and the rest of you are finding your way home as well for the evening.
Yeah, at least for now.
Back to Mega Building 8, Unit 312. You guys get in, and you guys, one of the things you notice immediately is there is a box next to your door.
Somebody order something off the net.
Jeff Bezos, is that you?
Is it labeled?
Carries no distinct labeling. Does not have like a packing slip of any kind on the outside.
Yikes on bikes, my dudes.
I can't see anything with my virtuality lenses, do
You
I?
don't have X-ray vision, no.
Kit, you say that you're the strong one. Maybe you have good constitution.
I just looked at so many heavy things, and my job is that I do everything I can to keep you safe, and this is the thanks I get.
I'm gonna crouch down to touch the box and be like, "This isn't one of those RPGs, kitty."
It's called an IED.
Life is a simulation.
Shane and me reacting as we see the roll in the chat.
I didn't even see the roll.
It's just life is a simulation.
Yeah.
You poke it. Nothing seems to happen.
All right. Just out of the sake of being paranoid, I'm going to roll a demolition skill. And since it's at the end of the night, I'm going to spend all my luck points.
Certainly. Go right ahead.
Which is 6 points.
That's not bad. Ooh. Should I roll demolition then?
If you want to, you certainly can.
Because at this point, Kit's like, it's probably fine. Picks up,
Hey.
like.
I got 7 luck still, so I mean, should I just blow all of it, guys?
I mean, it will.
It's the end of the
renew by
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the end of the night, so might as
Yeah,
well.
they refresh at the end of the night.
Okay.
Or
I
the
can't
next
really say
session.
anything. I'm back to my. Okay.
So that's
all right.
19.
Because Kit's about ready to like bend over and actually go and pick it up.
Kitty, you definitely know that you look at it and you kind of see a little bit of a stain. It's definitely not gonna immediately explode, but probably lifting it isn't the best idea.
Okay. You do that, and then one of her, like, instead of her reaching out with her arms like a normal person, one of the cyber legs kind of just very quickly juts up, and one of the talons kind of hooks around your wrist and pressures your hand to stay grounded.
I was more expecting like maybe you grab like the belt loop of my pants or kick me on the butt, like.
No, because you can still lift up the package if you do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
What the fuck is Kitty, everybody?
A ball of
Wonderful
fluff
individual,
with
thank
2
you very
legs
much.
that stick out from from that fluff
With
ball.
lots of fluffy hair.
Oh my gosh.
It might be dangerous if you lift it up.
Well,
Look at the steam. And then the talon just kind of just retracts.
to
And then
be
she
fair,
lifts
the
it away.
floor is dirty.
It's
Is
not
it
a
wet?
stain that's from anything that would be around it if it was just put down there.
Well, we can't just. Well, I guess we could just leave it here and hope that that guy that steals the packages next door just grabs it.
George.
I have a very good idea. If you hear me out.
It's like that's hilarious.
We just give it to George.
Ponyboy Car's like, what's this?
Why don't we take this one level up?
Yeah, well,
to
picking
a
it up.
certain Somebody.
Yes, if picking it up is going to cause problems, don't you? None of us are demo experts.
I found it immensely funny to leave it for the guy next door who steals packages. Personally.
I think that would probably be better. And
Can I at
ignore
least do
whatever.
what sort of check would I need to make to try and figure out what the heck is in this thing? Like, is it definitely an explosive?
Based on the 19.
Yeah. Based on the 19, it's an explosive of some kind. Whether or not it'll go off if you just simply open it is, as far as Kitty, you can see, it probably won't explode. It's based off of, from what you can guess, it's probably a motion sensing one. So if you open the box from where it is, you'd be okay. You're guessing.
If you don't lift it and just open it from the top.
I'm just saying we could just leave it for Harold to pick up. You know he's gonna steal it anyway.
Do you want Harold to die?
No.
I'm gonna do
Are
something
you
a
willing?
little bit
Are you
sketchy.
willing to be judge, jury, and executioner, Cat?
I'm going to send out one of my claws from the Wolverine claw, and I'm just going
Just,
to
like,
very
carefully.
slowly cut the top of the box open,
Otherwise known as the mail openers.
specifically the middle finger one.
I knew it.
Okay. You cut open the
It's a
box.
very elaborate way to open letters. I'm just saying.
Edward Scissorhands it up.
You open up the box. In it is 2 things. You see, very obviously, the internal wiring for what looks to be some sort of chemical explosive. On top of that, very neatly placed, is what looks to be, based on the curve on one side, a book of some kind. Like a physical book.
That's weird.
What does the physical book say?
What's the book?
It is wrapped in a brown paper.
Is there a way that I could get the
Are you
book
feeling
without
lucky?
interfering with the wires? Also, what colors are the wires?
The wires are multiple colors.
Perfect wires.
What What colors?
Green, yellow, and blue.
Is that in what order?
In that order, all on the way down.
Wow.
I haven't
Damn,
played
the
Keep
perfect
Talking
crime.
I haven't played Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes in a long time. Which one do I got?
Well, just roll a demolitions check if you want to cut it right.
Okay, then. I'll try that, I guess.
Oh.
Either that or Kit's
No,
gonna
it's
take
die.
start slowly stepping backwards.
Oh, God.
Yay! I rolled a 3. Do I... And this is... I'm not cutting wires, I will say. I'm just trying to see if I would know by looking at this what wires I should
You would have
cut.
no okay. Yeah, you would have no idea what wires to cut. I thought you were just gonna start cutting wires, and I was like, okay, this is how I roll a lot of damage for somebody that I do not wish to die in session 2. No.
Oh, yeah, no.
You have
I
no
was
idea.
just, like,
You have no idea
saying,
what
do
kind of
I
wires,
recognize
if the
bar?
wires would even help any. You have no idea.
Okay. And could I get the book without cutting the wires?
You can. It will take a roll.
A body
Did
skill,
you
I'm
also
guessing.
A body skill would work, I think.
Ooh, okay.
Contortionist, athletics.
I didn't realize I was so good at stealth.
I'd say
Contortionist is about getting out of like bindings and stuff like that, but I mean
Popping
like
joints.
Actually,
Endurance.
none of these really attract for it. I would say maybe a concentration check
Oh. Okay.
to pay attention.
Big mood.
Okay. That is enough to get it without incurring any further problems. You're able to pick up the book.
This better not be a Bible.
It is certainly not.
if it was, it'd be the King James version.
How to talk to your cat about gun safety.
I need that book.
You open up the book. You take it out of the paper bag.
I take it out. Is the paper? Is it like a paper bag, or is it like paper and then it's tied up?
It's paper that's been kind of wrapped up and like loosely like glued / taped on the ends, like you would be a present almost.
Do I see a stain that would indicate that this book is just a different IED?
You would not. There's no further IED in this book.
Okay. All right, then I guess I'll open it. Yeah.
Okay. You open up the book. The book is black leather. There's no immediate scrawling on the front. On the side, you see written in it.
The Holy Bible. Sorry.
I mean, it makes sense. It's black. Yeah. No.
Trixie and Katya's Guide to Modern Womanhood.
Peace. The Dungeons and Dragons 28th edition monster manual.
You mean boyfriend catalog?
We first edition.
No, don't you dare. Get out of here with
Of course,
that
it would
shit.
be 2077 when the first edition comes out.
No. You see on it is written a murder of crows.
Am I familiar with that book?
You can make me a good old fashioned
Education.
education roll. Yeah, that's what you'd need.
Sorry, what was the name of the book?
Murder of Crows.
A murder of crows.
A murder of crows.
The book or the movie?
Yeah.
The
I
book.
mean, I have a pretty decent education stat, mainly because, like, being on the road, all we really had for teaching were books. And we were riding around everywhere, so I'm just reading in the car. Did you see the roll?
Yes, I did.
15.
I would say you are able. You've heard of it. You've not read it yourself, but you've heard of it in passing through some people. It's an ancient book by today's standards. So
Is the book about IEDs?
it is not. A quick flip through indicates that it is a book. A book about a kind of an investigation, from what you can gather off the top of your head.
Read the blurb.
Yeah.
This is one of them. They're detective novels.
Great. I'm gonna go grab a piece of paper from inside the apartment, and I'm gonna make a sign so that nobody grabs this.
Yeah, I wonder why somebody decided to give us a box with a book that goes boom.
Can I see the book?
Kit goes inside, grabs like a piece of loose leaf paper, tapes it on to the fucking, like right above the box and says, Harold, do not take, this will
Kill you.
explode. And it's gonna be in big red marker.
Should we call the authorities about the impending doom of a chemical weapon?
Sure, you can call them, but they're not gonna come.
And Harold's like, well, that's nice, but I can't read.
You can't stop me.
I can't read.
You just hear.
Question for the GM.
Yes.
If somebody were to jostle this package somehow while we were inside of this apartment, would it kill us?
Probably not. You know that it would, based on the as a kid, he's also probably able to explain this just as much as you're able to figure it out. You know that it's probably not gonna go impact too hard. Whatever this is, it's definitely not gonna be. It's not a big explosive.
It's
Is
more
it
the.
Sorry, go ahead.
It won't.
I,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it probably is just something that's going to hurt the person who picks it up, not necessarily like. It's not necessarily splash damage.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the type of... Okay, so this is me asking Kitty at this point. So, would this thing explode the moment it is moved, or once it stops moving, when it starts moving?
Why not both?
Well, typically bombs only explode once.
Not unless there's a subset and another charge, another compartment. And she kind of like, she's more like looking at the book than the bomb by this point. She's more
Typically, when
interested
people
in the
send
book.
bombs, they want to cause a little bit of harm to a specific person. I don't know who's the specific person amongst us today, but can we just go inside and rest? I'm tired, and the cops aren't exactly gonna fix this.
Yes, I mean we can definitely move in, but I'm a little worried about having this here. I'm kind of thinking I might want to punt it down the hall and see what happens.
I don't think you want to have a missing leg along with your missing arm. Let it be.
Kitty just steps over the box and hey Fen,
Hey.
there's a weird book in this package. Is there anything I can roll, maybe cryptography, to see if I can decipher if there's like some sort of like secret message with this thing? Is there like a note on the
Like, did
inside
somebody write
who it's
something
addressed
inside of
to?
it?
Can make me a cryptography roll.
Okay, I wish I didn't spend all my luck, but oh well. That's an 18.
To be fair, we wanted to know if it was a bomb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a cryptography stat in this game.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh my god. That's cool.
18.
There's a lot of skills in this
Or,
game.
I would say this is something you find out over the course of looking at it more so than immediately. When Gas eventually relinquishes it to you, you are able to kind of determine that throughout the book there are certain words highlighted almost as if it was like somebody studying in it, like again like they did back 20-30 years ago for at this point. But when you put all the words together, they laced out basically that that there is someone that is currently looking after what happened on the interstate.
Mm-hmm.
And that person is... How do I word this? There's a person coming from the events. There's a person that is out looking for things after the events of that. And whoever sent this knows that you're responsible and is advising you to lay low.
That is a very weird way to warn somebody.
It's almost like it was a test or something. Okay. But there's no indicator on who sent this necessarily.
Not from what you can gather.
Okay.
For the rest of the campaign, we're just going to have an IED doormat. We're just going to keep walking over it. Nobody will move it.
So when the guys finally come to try to kill us, maybe they'll step on it.
I just like the idea of Ponyboy Curtis also returning and seeing a sign that says, "This will explode, do not move."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also found the only reason why I did the whole thing where I might kick it down the hallway is because I thought it would be really funny if the two characters I have that did die both died because of a box being left at their door.
Hey, you want to kick it by all means.
I'm not doing it. I just thought it would have been funny.
Imagine, Kitty's like studying the book on the couch, and like for once you will see her with a pad of paper and a pen as she's physically writing something. God forbid. And like she kind of deciphers everything, and then eventually she'll just go, "Kit."
Yeah.
I think we need to have a group meeting.
Well, we'll have an apartment meeting when Ponyboy Curtis returns to us.
I think we might have more of a problem than just Bari.
Such is life. Such is life.
Her head kind of tips up and looks out towards you. I just assume that you're in the kitchen because apparently you live there. And then she'll say, "Is it bad that I don't care that they died?"
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Kitty. It's really all that matters, I think.
She just kind of shrugs and just snaps the book closed at that point. And then you can, if you look back towards her, she kind of adjusts her glasses, and you kind of see the retinas of her eyes kind of flicker a couple colors before settling on pink. And that's usually the color to kind of indicate that she went back to cyberspace land. And she just tunes out.
All right. I think with that, the evening comes to a close. And early the next morning, all of you are startled awake by a loud bang.
Damn it.
Fucking Harold.
You see Ponyboy from where he kind of is passed out somewhere between the couch and the floor. Look, what? Oh. Did Harold touch that thing that we weren't supposed to touch? He just kind of lays back down. And that's what we'll end up for tonight. So,
He just goes right back to sleep. Oh no.
You get, Harold. That's what you get.
Every single person in this apartment complex that we don't like is going to have horrible things happen to them under mysterious circumstances.
but, alright, that's where we're going to end it for tonight. So, All right. Thank you very much for watching. You've been watching lovely episode 2 of Auburn Skyline, this silly and crazy game. Go around one more time, explain who we are, where you can find us, and we will wrap it up. Let's start with Julian again.
Hi, I'm Julian, and I have played Kitty. Caleb, I hope she wasn't too weird, but one of her personality traits is intellectual and detached. So that kind of.
Oh no, I thought that Katie and Bari played well off of each other. It's just the weird talent feat that I was not expecting. It's just like,
Yeah. She can do a decent amount of damage with those things.
She spent a lot of money on those feet, so it has to have her aesthetic.
Hey, I am so glad that I can also pay back Ponyboy Curtis, so I'm no longer indebted to him. So that's always good. So yay. But yeah, I am one half of Jacqueline Hare, and you can find me over on that channel on Mondays and Fridays. Mondays are a Curse of Strahd campaign where I play a very sad boy hours light cleric. And I think he's just painting a bigger and bigger target on his back for Strahd to look at.
no, a light cleric and a Curse of Strahd painting a target on his back. No.
He also asked Strahd if it was okay, if there could be more light in this place, and hopes that he doesn't care that people worship his god over him. So my character's probably gonna die, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, you can catch me there. You can also catch me for Jesse's Scion 2E game, but I will let Jesse talk about that. And then I also run on the subsequent Fridays where Jesse is not running a Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle called Vampire at the Disco, where our coterie is delving into the world of the Sabbat. And they have to go through Lower Soho in London to figure out why some of the tourists are mysteriously disappearing out of the area.
And co-eds.
Yes, all the touristy, internationally coded people. So tune in for that if you like cool vampires and mysteries and VW. I'll just leave it at that. Can also catch me here either for this game or for Shadow's Embrace. I'll let Fen talk about that. Or Reticent, which is a post-apocalyptic D&D 5e campaign where I play a sassy sorcerer who either hits real good or hits real bad. Nothing in between. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's it. I had fun. Kitty's very, very awkward, but sometimes I like playing characters like that, I guess.
You should see what I drew.
What'd you draw?
I put it in the Discord.
Oh, the Discord. Okay. Oh my god. That's more bird-like than cat-like.
I know.
Speaking of things that Jesse has drawn, Jesse.
Hey, I'm Jesse. I'm the other half of Jacqueline Hare, and I played Kit, the mercenary with a heart of gold, but also kind of tired. Probably.
He's already done with our shit.
Not really. I mean, it's just kind of funny to be kind of like the straight man.
Who's not straight.
Who's not straight. who's definitely not straight. But it was fun. Thank you for joining us, Caleb. Really appreciated the pinch hit for us to come join us and enjoy some of the wholesome weirdness that is our group.
Oh, I have notes, but I'll wait for my turn.
I can only assume that it's the best. I enjoyed the game. I really enjoyed just again like the little asides that kind of develop the relationships between the characters are really fun. Sort of like those small little bits and bobs, if you will, of casual relationship building that kind of gets interspersed here and there with the main narrative. So I really enjoy that. Even just like the frankness that the core group had with Bari, and the frankness that Bari had with the core group was really cool too. I thought it was very nice. You can find me on this channel. I also play on the other Sunday game. I play a goose who has done nothing wrong. I also run a game called The Immortal Odyssey. It is a second edition Scion game that happens on my channel, Jacqueline Hare, where we play characters who are children of the gods who make their way towards godhood. We're planning on doing an Ocean's 11 styled heist next, so it's going to be super fun. As we just finished some like Russian horror folktale story, and now we're going into just Ocean's 11, and then we're going to go into like Chinese, Japanese fantasy, and we're just jumping genres here and there, so it's always fun. But we are also going to be running on Onyx Path soon to run 3 short stories, 3 to 4 episodes each, playing the new books that are coming out, starting with Mask of the Mythos, where instead of children of the gods, you are children of eldritch horrors. So that's cool. And that's it. That's all I got.
Heck yeah. Hey, Shane. You're next.
Hi, I'm Shane, also known as Marine of One, and you can find me here on Thursdays and all the Sundays on all of the things that everybody else already spoke about. On my own channel, you can find me pretty much every day that isn't those 2 days, except for Saturday, where you'll find me over on the Smudgy Games Twitch channel. And on Tuesdays, I run a PADS campaign called Silent Whispers that has, well, let me check the layout. I was going to just point based on Zoom, but I just want to make sure. These 2 people in it. And, yeah. I'm slowly trying to make it less dark if possible, but it's hard because everybody's very serious in it, except for one person who is slowly becoming psychopathic.
Look, we like serious storylines.
Farron's the parent in that group.
I'm trying to lighten it up a bit, and then the one like actually wholesome character that I finally introduced, y'all are like, "Hey, should we kill her?"
Look, I didn't ask that. Andromeda's character asked that.
Andromeda's being the murder hobo.
The rest of us are being lawful evil.
What?
I just wasn't prepared. I'm not upset. I just wasn't prepared.
Look, I'm playing the moral compass in that game. I'm trying my best. It's like herding cats.
Although it's really funny because like instead of pointing like straight north, your moral compass points like west.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Because the moment you show Farron a piece of glass, he's like, well, I'll just look the other way.
Yeah. I'm also anyway, never mind. We can talk about that later.
We'll talk about it later.
Cool. And last, but certainly not least, our wonderful guest for the evening, Caleb.
Hello there. My name is Kayla Wade with of Crendimentor Presents Angle of the Phoenix. You can find me here most Fridays as we continue the last 4 episodes of my Buffy the Vampire Slayer RPG campaign, Heaven Rock, before we end season 1 and take a break for a month of one-shots before heading into season 2. I suppose you could potentially also find me next Sunday as I come back for the season finale. I mean, I gotta play Fiora. So, I mean, yeah. So
Hey, I didn't know it was the season finale.
Yeah.
I talked about it.
We're gonna do the whole schlemiel and then do the jump forward.
Oh, okay,
Time.
yeah,
the
sorry.
Schlemiel, the Schmozzle, have a Star Incorporated. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, you can find me on Fridays. You can find me here next Sunday. You can also find me on YouTube. I have been slowly playing through Persona 4 Golden. I need to record more, but I just have not had the spoons for it. So, just enjoy some of my content, I guess. And yeah. And last but also certainly not least, our wonderful game master and guild master, Fennicini.
Hello, my name is Fen. I'm game master here on this evening's Auburn Skyline. Also, guild master, also GM because it's the same letter. Guild master here at Guild of the Phoenix. I am the I guess the head of all this craziness. So you can find us here on Sundays, either alternating between Auburn Skyline, this lovely show, and Shadow's Embrace, which we'll be having its season finale next week. We're going to have our lovely Caleb back for one more episode to replay Fiora one last time before we dive into our break for the season, between season 1 and season 2. You can also find us here on Thursdays with Reticent, our D&D 5e campaign that Julian talked about just a moment ago. I'm not going to dive too much more into it. It's just a lot of fun, and I've had a blast with it. You can also find us here Fridays with Haven Rock, as Caleb has explained, where we dive into the lovely world of Buffy the Vampire Slayer post-show. You get to see some awesome takes of different
Post-show
individuals.
and better.
Yes, post-show, also better.
Also more queer.
Yeah, a lot
More better.
Yeah, more
We
better.
have
Every way.
a grieving slayer potentially on the loose. So
Not potentially on the loose. It's on the loose.
maybe
Anyway.
we'll find out more. Who knows?
We only have 5 days until the next episode. We'll find out
Yes.
soon enough. No, okay.
Yeah, especially since it's the year 20.
It is 20 to you guys too.
Yeah.
Same hat.
Yeah. But, on Mondays, I've been trying to run more single-player RPGs, which I think tomorrow I'm going to be running Tales from the Gods, which is a lovely vampire, 1,000-year vampire rule set game based on light journaling and some sweet dice rolls, and be telling the tale of a god / deity. Which seems fun, I guess. I'm also
Maybe it's your future backstory for your guest appearance.
I mean, it's maybe part of it.
Okay. Whispering.
Okay.
So,
Sorry.
Additionally, what else? I don't think there's anything else.
I think we got everything.
I
yeah.
think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it for here for Guild. I would love to do an Orbital game, a few sessions, which is a fun GM-less RPG system. Don't know when, but I think it'd be fun. So we'll talk about that later when I have it more fleshed out. Anyway, I'll stop talking your ear off. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you all next week for Shadow's Embrace. We'll see you all in 2 weeks for another episode of Auburn Skyline. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Have a good evening. I hope you all have a great one, I guess. I don't know.
Yay!
A lot of things.
Bye.